All right. Looks like we are live, everybody. Welcome back to the playground. I'm Pixie, your variety streamer, and tonight we are getting back to our Vampire the Masquerade, Philly by Night, live action role playing session. Joining me tonight is Knox, our storyteller. Idaho is played by Skot. Victor played by Zack, and I play Alice. And we are currently waiting on Martha to join us. So that'll give a little time for us to catch up with you guys, do a little recap since we've been gone for the last 2 weeks. So, guys, how is everybody?
I mean, I don't remember what we were doing.
I read the recap this time. I actually read the recap.
Shut up, right? You know exactly what we were doing. We were watching Al kill somebody.
Yeah.
We were watching her kill some ungrateful jackass.
Yes.
So I guess here, let's do. We'll throw a little bit of a recap. Um, so uh, last session where we were all together, which was session 34. This will be session 35. Um, Idaho woke up at the wreckers, checked it out, found that the entire place was pristine. Only things that were uh, missing was any sort of security cameras, security footage, cameras, anything like that. Um, Vic woke up, kept working on his gun. Um, Alice woke up hungry. She and Vic went and mugged down on some couple in an alley. Michael woke up uh, with questions from Moira about admitting a man in a canary yellow pair of pants and got to have some quality time with the man known as Slade. You guys headed to Guilt to get blood bags so you guys could start to revive the people in your basement, of which that seems to be a recurring theme.
Mm-hmm. And pets.
On the way home, you guys stopped off at Tracy and her brother's house and found Tracy still missing.
Mm-hmm.
You then headed back to the club, where Idaho had the brilliant idea to go get one of the Tremere to assist in the resurrections. And all in all, it turned out to be a pretty decent uh,
Yeah,
affair.
calm. Nothing much to say about it really.
You
It's
know,
relaxing.
you guys brought Alan back, and Michael offered him some employment, despite the fact that Vic pancaked him with a bike.
Alan started it.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I only returned the favor.
I'm pretty sure there's a word for one upping the favor. um,
Success.
I showed him how it's done.
you brought back the other thin blood that was hunted, that had been hung by Joan Jett. You brought back Jonas, who made no bones about how he felt about the entire situation, despite Michael's attempts to be charitable and do some outreach. And then you brought back Silas, who came back, promptly drank 2 bags of blood, and then used Spark of Rage on Alice, which proceeded to get his head collapsed like a ripe
Mm-hmm.
melon, which is unfortunate for him. The unfortunate part for the rest of everybody else in the near vicinity is it means that Alice is currently in a very
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
So we just run out and close the door and leave her in there with Jonas.
That is a theoretically possible option of things to do. He could leapfrog all of you and kick the door closed on his way home.
And
Oh, not.
get past Vic. Vic's too big.
So that is kind of the cliffhanger. Now, for those viewing, we did not, due to some personal problems, um, there were a couple members of the coterie who were not able to be available the next week after that for varying reasons. So instead, Vic and Idaho had a flashback session where they got to attempt to investigate and save a.
We went all the way back to the 70s, man. It was great.
We jumped in the hot tub and we went back to the 70s.
That wasn't exactly what
Goodness.
happened.
My allergies are going crazy.
Yeah, they're horrible right now.
But that is where everything is currently sitting. And as soon as our delectable Mr. Starwell shows up, then we can get to resolving. Although I am curious about, because that's going to, because once this resolves, that will end the night and we will be starting anew. So I am somewhat curious as to what you all are going to do with your brand new evening.
I have a few ideas.
When does Idaho not have ideas?
In vampire, not vampire related news, I don't know if y'all have been watching on Twitter or anything like that, or follow Jason Carl. Hail Jason Carl, fucking one of my favorite storytellers to watch. But they just announced the next V5 book that they're bringing out that will be tangential to vampire, which is Hunter.
Ooh,
Cool.
sweet.
So it would be, I would be really interested in running kind of maybe a tangential game, maybe not even in Philadelphia, but in like a nearby area of
Real quick interruption. Just want to say a quick thank you to Cindy Lou who's a new follower just now. We do have our visual alerts, just no sounds during storytelling sessions. So since we haven't jumped in just yet, wanted to throw a quick thank you out there for joining us.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it'd be really cool to put together a new kind of fledgling chronicle to tell the story from perhaps the other side of the tracks, so to speak, or rather, the people who locked you up earlier in the chronicle.
No, we can be hunters, but not inquisitors. How about that, right?
Yeah.
So according to this, the way that they're doing the new setup is that what you guys, this is meta breaking, but you guys won't know this, so whatever, fuck off. So according to apparently to the new books, what Kindred Society, or the Kindred who believe in it, see as the Second Inquisition is just one group. So there's actually several other groups: FBI Special Directive, I think they call it, their Special Agency, First Light, the Second Inquisition, the Society of Leopold. Those are all separate groups that are all gunning for Kindred Society. But they're
Interesting.
all also gunning for one another because they're all basically seeking, to impose their own version of what they think, the status quo should be. So for the hunters, there's a very the hunters are kind of cast in kind of the outsider position. So they're not necessarily a part of, or maybe they were a former member of, or whatever,
Right.
From these groups, where they might. It's one of those things where the enemy of my enemy is not always my friend.
Mm.
and sometimes, it's one of those things. Sure, maybe the kindred or the werewolf or the wraith that's in front of you is the most pressing problem you have right now, but the biggest problem may simply be
Mm.
the large shadowy organization that is attempting to impose their will.
Yeah.
So I'm interested. I'm surprised that they're putting that out before Werewolf V5, frankly, but that is apparently incoming shortly.
Cool.
Got a bunch of books over here on the bookshelf from the series we used to play. It was like early 2000s.
Also,
I don't know
sorry.
what version it was though.
I was gonna say also since vampire adjacent, because it looks like it's a straight up ripoff. For those of you with Netflix, Night Teeth comes out on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. I've seen ads.
Can't wait. Could always use more stuff.
I mean, it won't be as good as the original Kindred miniseries, but one can hope.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Can actually hear our viewer count dropping after that comment.
All three of them.
That was my first exposure. I had never heard anything about World of Darkness.
Oh.
And Knox, you remember Vivian, the girl that I used to date? She was into it, and she had that miniseries on VHS, children.
Jesus Christ.
Woo!
I watched it knowing nothing at all about World of Darkness. So, from the perspective of a complete outsider, I thought it was really cool. It got me interested in World of Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I learned more about it and I realized how bad the series was, I was like, well, I'm glad I saw the miniseries first.
Yeah.
Because it was terrible. But it was a great gateway for a person that's interested in vampires but knew nothing about World of Darkness. So that was actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it wasn't that. It was about that, I was going to say that was entirely maligned because apparently the executive producer on it was um, Tori Spelling's dad, Aaron Spelling, the same guy who did 90210 and all of that. So, like originally, like all of the stuff that they had in that, like apparently, like none of the original writing got used. Like they threw out the entire script that was originally written for it.
That's funny because now we have all of these vampire shows that might as well just be 90210 with fangs.
Yeah.
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 But so
I mean,
No,
they had a Ventru as the prince. I mean, that was pretty accurate.
I mean, there's a Venture who is the theoretical prince, if you can find him in Philadelphia.
Yeah, we got to get on that.
I was only going to say that I played a lot of Vampire back in early 2000s, and it may have been because it was a different storyteller that we did Vampire with, that we did the other ones with. But like Hunter, Mage, and Werewolf were like my favorite, like White Wolf, like systems at the time. It seemed like those three like kind of worked better than Vampire did, but that was early 2000s, and like I said, it may have been because of the storyteller. But
Well, thank you. I have heard, and I didn't ever play Vampire previous to V20, other than of course Bloodlines and all of that, which doesn't really count, but whatever. I have heard and read, like I frequent the White Wolf RPG subreddit, and I'm on Twitter constantly. I constantly see it's constant battle back and forth between people who feel like they wanted the world building and the meta and all of that from the V20 series or the revised, I guess, or whatever it was called before. And then there's some people who are just way more into V5. Personally, just from having looked at both books, well, V5 is the layout for the core book is definitely a little difficult to navigate. I definitely prefer the setting, but that is neither here nor there because that's what we're doing.
yeah, I just remember playing anti-vampire was sometimes a lot more fun than playing vampire in at least the old system.
You shut your mouth.
I'm just
Get
I'm just making a personal opinion based on like the early whatever system we were playing in the
How
early
dare you? You're out of the group.
Sometimes playing mage and werewolf
You're
hunter
canceled.
was more fun than playing vampire. And like I said,
blah.
I may be completely based on the fact that our storyteller for vampire and all the rest were different. So it may be a storyteller difference, but
Well,
in the early 2000s, I had a lot more fun killing vampires than being a vampire.
Wow.
so Jonas messy crit on Vic.
Yeah. And then that calms everything down.
That door shutting thing's coming more and more likely sooner and sooner.
Yeah. Leave you in there, Vic. You deal with it.
The I don't know. Like I feel like each of the different settings, even though they're kind of a unified world, it almost feels to me like they kind of shouldn't be. Um, I've only read, like I read through the books when we were going to talk about doing the werewolf thing, um, and there was so much of it that just didn't like. It seemed so self-contained, like it was like there's not really room for vampires in Werewolf the Apocalypse. It feels like,
Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree to that. Reading the book after we were trying to see if that would work as a secondary game, like it did seem very much like it was a completely separate system from Vampire, whereas like the old like 2000s, like all of Hunter, Mage, Werewolf, Vampire, all of those systems seemed to overlap. Like they all had like similar die rolls. They all had like similar aspects to them. But when I was looking at the werewolf book, yeah, for what we were gonna possibly make our second session, yeah, I did notice that too. Like it does seem like it's a completely separate system from Vampire. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of overlap there. It's yeah.
well, and then there's stuff like Mage, where a lot of the concepts, and like the I guess what you would consider the bad guys in Mage, like those wouldn't fit into a vampire game because they just wipe the floor with you. Like
Yeah.
the closest thing that you can get to them is the Tremere, and the reason why the Tremere are sprinkled, as far as I'm concerned, and should be sprinkled so gently into a game is because they're fucking game breaking. Like where everybody else is like, oh, I'm gonna use celerity and move real fast. They're like, well, I've got basically an auto target fucking blood suction thing that I'm just gonna exsanguinate you on the spot. What you gonna do?
Oh well.
So I guess we should have been Tremere, huh?
um, and that's kind of the problem is that like in what I read about Mage, like those aren't considered the high points in strength. Those like the Tremere are considered low level strength. They're considered basically
Crazy.
like the way Thin Bloods are considered in V5.
Jeez.
So it's one of those things. It's like that those systems don't that doesn't fit together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kindreds are the rulers of the world.
You would go out and slaughter vampires. That was just like that was like the vampires were like the mob group that you'd go out and just slaughter. It wasn't like they posed a big threat. In like the Mage campaign, it was other threats that like were but that's I guess neither here nor there in this version.
Well, we
Yeah,
don't know yet because
back in the early 2000s. Yeah, I guess they haven't introduced mages in this version yet, huh?
not yet. Apparently, that's the rumor is that that's going to be the three books that are out. Obviously, Vampire's out now. Next one's going to be Hunter, then Werewolf, and then supposedly after that, I've heard Mage will be the fourth setting, and then they're going to move on to Mummy or Wraith is going to be the one after that. I don't know. I don't know those settings at all.
Yeah, those are new to me.
So, Okay, well, we are waiting on Mr. Starwell. I'm going to assume that as soon as we start, that he will appear as he tends to do.
Yeah. It's kind of like
Yeah.
that whole thing waiting at a restaurant for the waiter. The minute you go take a piss, they show up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's just go. You can play Michael until Martha shows up.
Well, and I was actually say I've already have spoken with Martha about what we were or what she was going to do.
Oh,
So I have a little bit of knowledge of kind of general game actions. So I will, in general, basically puppet the character for at least a little bit. And I'm going to start by spending all of her XP. Uh,
no, not that.
Oh, dance off?
I'm the best dancer in the coterie. Come
It's Final
on.
Fantasy X too.
No.
how much XP does she have? No, no, I could definitely make her the best.
No. All right, I don't have any more because I spent all mine. Damn
Yep.
it.
All right, let's get started with
Put
this.
all her points into politics. That'll be beneficial.
Oof.
All of her points going into. Well, I was going to say drive, but you guys kind of need that.
Woodworking. Basket
Woodwork.
weaving.
All right. So, welcome all to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle, Philly by Night. Session 35. If you didn't hear before, we're already up to session 35.
Nice.
Ooh.
So, for those who, I'm not sure if there's anybody who's new in the channel. For those who did not catch the recap, this will be a much abbreviated one from the previous one. When last we left off, our coterie was in the basement of the beacon and was attempting to revive the many, many kindred and thin bloods that they had accumulated and were
Bodies just stacking up.
stacking like firewood in the basement. Some poor asshole's gonna be like, I'm looking for the bathroom and wander down there.
Mm.
Serial killers. Yeah, serial killers live there.
Yeah, another person.
Little do they know.
Yeah.
Resing the Thin Blood Allen and the Thin Blood who worked at the Wreckers worked fairly well and provided some information. And raising Jonas, well, maybe not the most pertinent thing, did turn out. However, raising Silas from torpor resulted in a very, very fatal situation for him and a dangerous situation for everybody else. So, since we are mid-scene, of course, we will not be rousing the blood, checking for hunger. I can talk tonight.
That was me all day reading visual novel.
I was gonna say it's not like I haven't been doing this for not 3 weeks.
We had our session.
So with that said, the setting is a fearing Alice covered in the vitae of Silas, and in one corner of the room is Jonas, who has just watched Alice collapse his head like a grape. Exact same sound effect and everything.
He deserves it.
I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. I'm just saying this is just still a scene to watch, like it's just still.
Standing behind Alice would be Idaho and
I'm
Vic.
by the door.
And
one hand on the doorknob.
Yeah, I'm halfway out the door already. I just wanted to remember from last time.
And Mr. Starwell. And standing actually by the door is Marie, the trimmer.
Oh yeah, let Marie do something about this. She can handle it.
She closes the door behind her.
I'm in love with Marie.
And then, of course, there is still the thin blood from the wreckers that is in the next room over. So we will start with Idaho. Idaho, you have just watched the events unfold with a giant splort.
Yes.
Hey, the girl doesn't go hard very often, but when she do,
So what are you going to do?
Well, I mean, I know what I probably should do, but I've got a couple of questions.
Okay.
From Idaho's point of view, he basically saw, we took care of Dickhead, and he did. But what I'm saying is, does Idaho have any clue what's actually going on, or does it just look like Al just said "fuck you" and jumped him?
I would go.
we all watched Michael Hulk out, so would it?
Yeah, I would assume that you would see that this would, even if you didn't know the exact mechanics of what happened here, you've seen
Okay.
this behavior before.
Okay. Okay. So she freaks out. She jumps the guy. She's collapsed his head. I mean, I guess I'm going to try to quell the beast.
Okay. So, quell the beast.
Isn't that like a dice pool of like 50?
So for quell the beast, it is going to be, so both of you will have to roll one. You're gonna have to do a rouse check. So you do have a rouse check for the evening.
Okay, let me do that first real feel.
Then what am I doing?
Let's roll some dice.
Okay, I passed that.
Okay, so you didn't get any younger. So the
They roll out.
so for rouse the or quell the beast.
Yeah, I'm not trying to rouse the beast here.
we
Let's make these work.
can see how far this can go. We can see.
That might be the Ravnos thing there. That might actually be the
I will just end
appropriate.
the whole campaign right now.
Okay, so it is your charisma and animalism. Alice, you need to roll your stamina and resolve.
What that is?
Your stamina,
I don't even know what.
Your stamina and your resolve are 2 and 2. That'll be your dice pool.
Okay. Goddamn dog. That's what we live with 24/7, people.
What is my current hunger right now in this setting? I don't remember. 2, 1.
Yeah.
Uno. Oh.
Okay. So this is okay. So this is a win, but it's not a critical win. So on one hand, her frenzy has not quieted. On the other hand, however, she can't use any of her abilities against you. So she can't turn around and start throwing Dementate against literally everyone in her path. So, a win.
I mean, I could try to re-roll with my willpower, right?
You
Or
could, if you wanna reroll up to 3 dice, you can.
how much willpower do I have left now since we left off last time? I don't remember.
Ooh, I think you
You
actually
weren't the one who
used a
was
bit of.
burning willpower last
Okay.
time. I'm pretty sure
Oh
that
wait,
was.
wait. That was the duo session. I don't think
Yeah,
that carried.
yeah, that's right. That's
You
right.
burned. Yeah, I don't think you
What the
burned.
hell?
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
you
I'm gonna
burned
roll
what you
3
were.
more. Let's do this. Shit. Okay, that was a waste of time.
Okay, so your intention, you're gonna use quell. So you use quell the beast.
Hmm.
Now she can't do it. So okay, so the next question is going to be: so you've done this, you've seen that it didn't work as well as you wanted it to. So then, what is your next action? What is your next intention going to be?
So basically, if I don't get a critical, all Quell the Beast does on a vampire is just keep them from being able to use their powers.
So if you on quell the beast, a win against a mortal target incapacitates them. Against a vampire, it prevents them from using any blood surges, and they can't score any messy criticals.
Hmm.
Um,
So it doesn't really.
a critical win will also end their frenzy. Now,
Damn.
and we've also, and again, we've discussed that will work against Rockstruck, so Fear Frenzy, and against Fury Frenzy, which this is. It does not work against Hunger Frenzy.
Mm.
Right, but I was able to calm Andrea down when we were in captivity. I remember that.
Wasn't that a critical though?
Might have been.
Yeah.
I don't
Also.
remember. Okay.
So what would your intention be now?
I mean, I'm just okay now. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much I can just keep trying to quell the beast. I mean, because I really want to just calm her down, but I don't see that's working just with what I just did.
Okay, so
I don't know what else to do. Basically, I mean, say something. I guess say something to Vic like I tried to quell and I don't think it worked.
okay, Vic, what are you gonna do?
I assume I'm trying to grapple her, like just trying to pin her, like, just put a hold on her so she's not, at least attacking other people or anything else.
Okay, so you are just going to attempt to grab her and just like pin her down? Are you gonna like try to
Yeah,
remove her from the
just
situation, or
kind of like sleeper hold, but I know she's not going to sleep, but just kind of like that way fangs are away from me, and I'm just kind of trying to keep her suppressed until we figure out what to do with her from there.
okay? So that's going to be so you're going to just grab on. So you are going to have some advantage with this because you're literally behind her. Like she's just crushed this dude's head, but so she's basically facing away from you.
Mm-hmm.
So you will have an advantage on your roll here by 1 die plus your die advantage for what you've already got. So yeah, so that again, so strength brawl +2 on your dice roll.
And do I have to roll against this?
Wow, that was low.
That's like me. I had a huge dice pool and got hardly any successes. What's up with that?
I'll wait to see how Al rolls, and I don't want
now you
yeah.
rolled, so now you have to. So are you going to try to reroll, or are you want to spend willpower on this, or do you want to?
Yeah, I might as well.
It's like Al's quite the firecracker.
None of us want to. I mean, I think this is kind of cool because it kind of goes against our grain. We're having to try to stop one of our own.
I roll 15 dice. I get 3
see.
successes.
Oh, Jesus.
So
I think this actually is pretty cool. It's sort of, I think it kind of fits how they would probably react.
The dice pool of 15.
everybody's pulling their punches
3
here,
successes.
trying not to.
Oh, man.
I'm like, okay, as soon as she kills the other guy, then we'll calm her down.
Okay, so for you, this will be your strength and your brawl, Al. But I am checking something because I want to say that Fury Frenzy gives you a bonus to your stats.
Probably.
Ooh.
No, you don't like that. Stop it.
She's like, I might take Vic out.
220.
Just whip him over me onto the table, pop his head. Just keep going.
Yeah, I'm just
No,
gonna
I would not. I don't want to do
I'm
that.
gonna shove Michael toward Al and I'm gonna run out.
Okay, so so for you, no, there is not a bonus to it. So it's just going to be your um, strength and brawl. So 1 and 2 for you.
I'm
Ugh.
surprised there's no bonus.
Hopefully that means I'll win.
Yeah. You have to hit all
You said
three
1 and
of them.
2 or 1 and 1?
1 and 2.
Okay.
Okay, so um, Vic, you grapple on. She is fighting you, kicking, but you manage to sink in a really good hold. It takes you a minute, but you are able to at least get her immobilized, maybe not stopping her from thrashing. So, Al, you have two options here on how to deal with the frenzy.
Okay.
The first is to attempt to resist the frenzy. So, you would roll your double checking this here. You would roll all of your unspent willpower and add 1/3 of your humanity, rounded down, to that pool.
Wow, we've never done this before. This is cool.
So for you, this would be a dice pool of having to bounce between boxes and fucking nothing. So you've got 4 unspent willpower. Your humanity, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 humanity.
So 2.
So you would add 2 to that roll. Your target number here would be 3.
Not too bad.
So you can choose to do that to try to resist the frenzy and kind of try to kick it off. You can choose to now. If you succeed, then you get back control. If you don't, then basically I maintain control of kind of your character till the next time around when you come around. Or you can choose to. There's an option here in the book. It's called Ride the Wave, which is where you can choose to kind of give in to the frenzy and go along with it. So then you would basically, and at that point, then you have control over your character and would have to act out being in frenzy. Um,
Don't do that. Not now. This is not a good time for that. That's when you're like
You think a Malkavian would have that much interest in like fighting something like this?
I don't know.
Those are basically your options. You can either choose to roll it and try to kick it off, and if you lose, then you don't basically get the opportunity until the next time around. Or you can choose to go with it for the remainder of the scene.
Until one of us manages to stop it.
Until, yeah.
But if I fail, I do have the opportunity to ride after that.
So
I failed the roll?
No. So if you fail the roll, then you don't get the opportunity until the next time around for you. So just to give you an example, so at this point, then after you would be Mr. Starwell, and then Jonas, and then Marie, and then the Thin Blood if we determine that the Thin Blood gets involved, and then we'd come back around to, and
Yeah.
then
Okay.
Vic, and then you.
So initiative, basically.
Kind
Is
of.
kind of going, okay.
Can I ask a quick out of game question?
Shoot.
If like a vampire hits frenzy, how does it normally just stop?
So okay. So it depends on the frenzy. If it's fear frenzy, rock shrek, which is usually related to either fire or the sun, the frenzy will go away once the vampire and its beast. There's kind of the parentheses and the beast know that they are out of danger. So if just to give an example of that, if you get caught in a burning building and you frenzy in the burning building, as long as you're in the burning building, you're going to be freaking out. As soon as you are well outside of the burning building, you will gain control of yourself.
Okay, that makes sense.
Same thing if you get caught out in the sun. While you were out in the sun, you are likely, and keep in mind that when you are frenzying in that state, you are going to tunnel vision. You're going to get to safety, and you're going to go through anything that's going to keep you from safety. But as soon as you're out of the sun safely, then you gain control over yourself again. On a Fury Frenzy, it is basically once the target of your ire is destroyed. Now, here's the issue with this. Because this is a for lack of a better way to put this, an induced Fury Frenzy, it will last until one of two things happens: until she is subdued, or she kicks it off, or until the sun comes up, at which point she will go unconscious.
Well, we have our work cut out for us. Okay, thank you.
The other way, there is a third frenzy, which is hunger frenzy, and that obviously ends as soon as you are sated. The major difference for that, however, is that when you are in hunger frenzy, you are far more likely to kill your target than you are to just drink as much as you need. Like a vampire that is fury frenzying will eat their best friend if it is next, and you will also attack other vampires when you are in that. Any source of blood.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
So that is kind of the deal, as it were. So, Alice, what are you gonna do?
The thing is, I know I'm going to either crit or fail miserably. And if I fail, then I've wasted the chance to actually act this one out. So I'm like, shit.
Welcome to Vixenite.
Flip that SUV.
Why isn't Martha here? I'll roll it. I'll roll it this time. I'll roll it this time. Just give him a.
So it's 4, so 6.
Just 6 white.
6 white. You can't re-roll willpower, so it's this roll and then. Okay, 4 successes is enough for you to kick it.
Nice.
So.
I was so nice.
Yeah, me and Vic failed to subdue you, but you subdued yourself. Nice.
Oh, I got her pinned. I got her pinned down.
He's like, this is all me.
Killed in a fury. Hell, I succeeded on my roll and it didn't stop it either.
So, Vic, I guess I guess this would be the appropriate time. So Alice, that rage, that just overwhelming, just need to destroy, washes away. It's just like your beast just reaches out and just squelches that, realizing that is not itself.
You want something done, you gotta do it your damn self.
So you are now in control of yourself with Vic's giant arms wrapped around you like a vice.
Yeah.
So now what are you gonna do?
Kick him in the balls. I gotta be the right height, right? Like he's holding me. Nothing. Okay.
Does that even work on vampires?
Not well.
He's like, okay, she's back to normal. Clearly, let her go. I mean, can we tell that she subdued her?
I guess it would be probably more difficult for you to see and more easier for Vic to intuit, given that he's got his arms around her, but without actually some sort of sign, there's no way to know. I mean,
I can just start screaming, "Get the fuck off me! What do you think you're doing?"
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah, if she can talk coherently, then that's enough of a sign for me. Because when you're in Beast, you don't talk.
yeah,
You just...
that is fair. That is fairly actually intuitive. That's actually a really good point. So Michael is going to be like, are you okay? Are you doing all right? Meanwhile, Jonas in the corner.
That scared the shit out of him.
He is not scared. He is angry. His fists are balled up. He looks like he's about ready to try to brawl his way out. And it's about that point that you hear a very, very quiet voice from near the door that says in a vaguely sing-song, "I wouldn't do that."
Hey, look who just showed up.
What's up, Mr. Starwell? You have managed to miss all of the intense drama.
Yeah, Al killed all of us. You're the only one left alive.
I'll have the option to kill all of you and took
Hey, I wanted to extend my acting chops, but I took one for the team.
She's chewing on Vic's arm right now.
So, Marie is looking at Jonas, and she hasn't done anything. She's not exhibiting anything. But the utter stillness of her face and the way that she is looking at him is enough to cow him. He immediately puts his hands up, and he's... So... You have a dead kindred. You have a very unhappy kindred, let us say. And a thin blood in the next room. So... The question is, what are you guys going to do? How are you going to resolve this at this point? What is the next action that you guys want to attempt to take here?
First thing I'm doing is making sure Al's okay. I mean, she's the coterie that was affected, so I'm making sure she's okay and she's in her well state of mind. Then after that, I'll worry about the others.
Al, are you okay with brains all over your hands?
I was about to say, I think I want a fucking shower.
At least wash your hands.
I'm pretty sure I've got gray matter all over me as well.
Bone shards. Maybe a little tongue. Sinus runoff.
Oh,
Right? Allergies.
oh, when did vampires get that? Come on, man.
I mean, she had her hands over his thumbs in the eyes, went right through, so right above the yep.
That thing about physics, you push in one way, it's got to come out the other.
Yeah, it doesn't mean there's stuff in his sinuses. I mean, come on.
You think it's just blood, but it's not.
Dad jokes.
So Alice, how would you respond to Vic prodding you to make sure you are okay?
Well, I'm full
Vic,
aware of.
do you let her go? That's a relevant question.
Yeah.
Have you actually like taken your hands off of her, or?
Yeah, like I said, once she started talking, I let her go because once she started talking, I would realize that she's no longer in that in that rage. So once she started talking, I would have let her go.
Okay. So, we'll ask Michael what he's doing in a moment. Idaho, what are you going to do in this moment?
I guess I'm gonna go over and kind of kick it Silas a little bit. He's the dead one, right?
Yes.
Make sure he's actually dead and be like, is it too late to drink from this guy? And kind of look at Marie when I say that. Yeah, we're just gonna let this guy go to waste.
Which one is Marie again? She's the
He's
one.
Tremere, who
Okay.
has Diablerized in the past, right?
Okay.
Okay. This is a semi-relevant, as you guys have killed other vampires before, and they have basically just kind of disintegrated. Vampires, when they die, will revert to the time of their when they returned, when they would have died. So, for instance, a vampire that is 2,000 years old will basically turn to dust almost instantly as time catches up with them. On the other hand, a vampire who was turned last week, like a Skot shovelhead, will look almost identical to just a plain old dead body. The only thing that will be different is that whatever's reanimating them will be gone, and depending on how much blood they had in them, they might look very conspicuous to a human investigator. Yeah, and then there's the fangs and all of that, but whatever.
Tiny details, very tiny details.
They're plastic. It's not real.
So when Alice pulps this dude's head, his body doesn't like fade away to nothing. Like now there's still a body there. like
we have a corpse now.
Yeah, there's
Good thing we have the incinerator.
Yeah.
Wasn't that supposed to be antithesis to this person? Like, weren't they supposedly more powerful or older?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He was the more powerful of the two, wasn't he?
He was the more powerful, but more powerful doesn't necessarily equate to age.
Okay, that was a misunderstanding on my part.
Yeah, no, there are any number of different ways to, and this is kind of meta discussion, but for vampire to increase their to be more powerful, up to and including just being bit by somebody who is a lower generation, a kindred who the vampire who bit Idaho was a 12th generation vampire. Had Idaho been bit by, like, say, a 7th generation vampire or an 8th generation vampire, the kindred that would have come out of that would have been way stronger than he did.
Okay.
Same amount of life experience and all of that, but the blood potency would have been much higher.
Got it.
That would have been worse
For whom?
for everybody.
Everybody involved.
Yeah.
So yeah. So was this guy theoretically stronger? Sure. But even most vampires, when given the option of being trapped in a box with a frenzied vampire, will choose basically any other option, and he didn't have that choice.
You caused it, asshole. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, we don't know yet that that's what happened. Or at least
Alice would probably have to elucidate on that to you guys if she chose to do so.
Oh yeah, okay. So instead of going over and kicking the guy and saying, "Are we gonna let this guy go to waste?" I'm gonna look at Al and be like, "What the hell just happened?"
I'm not even sure. I just raged the fuck out. Because I'm guessing I wouldn't have known what's hitting me. I would have just.
You might. I mean, internally, I would say. I mean, you would remember from what happened with Michael way back when, but you probably wouldn't be able to know for sure that. You could now, Alice. You of all of the players in the coterie have a high occult skill, so if you wanted to roll to
Ooh.
determine that information, that is something that is well within your power to do.
Yes. Let's do that.
Okay.
Mystic
So,
Crit.
and your friends again.
Well, I was trying to figure out what happened. This is what happened.
Right? Round 2.
This one will be a good one to Messy Crit though, because you can't kill anyone.
So 4 wits, 3 occult. So
Knox will find a way.
So 7 and 2, 5 and 2.
5 and 2. I guessed it that.
You don't know. It's you think maybe it's a skill, maybe it's something that he did to you, maybe it's a discipline, maybe he ate a Tremere and gained some abilities.
He just pulled some hocus pocus bullshit on me.
Yeah.
And I just hulked out. I don't know what the hell. I see I got a little messy.
So yeah, I wish we wouldn't have given him those 2 bags of blood. That's when I'll go over and say, "We're just gonna let him go to waste."
The Jonas, if he could possibly look more pissed at you at that comment, he would. Marie kind of looks at you with this kind of like, what is wrong with you? Look on her face.
Hi, I'm Idaho. That's what's wrong with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here is the kind of the question, since this is kind of at a point where this evening has basically the primary action for the end of this evening has happened. So we're going to go down the line and kind of figure out what exactly everybody's intentions are to get to the next evening. So Idaho, what would your intentions be here?
Well, I guess me and Vic will carry this guy to the furnace, right? And then I'll have to get in the car and go to where the dead guy used to live, and I will. Oh, what's his brother gonna do?
I mean, he's kind of your prisoner, so I would assume that there's going to be some amount of necessary bargaining here.
Maybe we should.
You guys theoretically could just lock him back up, or shove him in the furnace too.
Oh, we could. Well, after we drain him dry, we can do that. Okay, I'm not really going to worry too much about that. I guess we'll see what the other people say. I'm going to assume we just need to take this body to the furnace and then I'll get in my car and find a place to sleep unless something comes up that interferes with that. Oh, what's my hunger? 2? I think that's what it was.
I thought it was
Or 1. 1. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry. Okay, I don't have to worry about feeding. All right, yeah.
Okay,
Nope,
so
cleaning up the body or putting the body in the furnace, and then find a place, get in the car and find a place to sleep.
okay,
After
so
we
you're
go with
so
brother.
you're gonna assist with getting the body to the furnace, and then you're gonna basically head out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious what we're gonna do with the other brother, but other than that,
Okay. Vic, what are you gonna do?
I'll assist. I do want to at least approach the other guy from from the wreckers and just say I'm sorry. This isn't what we planned. Like we wanted to bring him back, but he did something to Alice, and I'm not. I don't know what he did.
He looks like he has some choice words for you. He is, however, seems to also be very, very aware of Marie still standing in the door, and her presence is definitely, shall we say, intimidating him into keeping his mouth shut.
you know what? I'd like to change what I'm going to do after. I really was curious what was going to happen with the brother. I think that's going to change what Idaho would do.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
So, when he doesn't even respond, Vic, what do you do?
Like I said, I was gonna go help Idaho with but if he's changing, then I'm not sure. But I was.
Yeah, we can still grab the body and head to the furnace.
Okay, yeah, that's just trying to take care of cleaning things up.
Alice, what are you gonna do?
I'm going home to take a fucking shower.
So you're basically like, fuck this shit, I'm out. You're basically gonna exit the room and head back to the apartments.
Yep.
All right.
I have done enough damage.
Al drops the mic and walks off stage.
Bam. Mr. Starwell, what would you like to do? Your mic is muted if you were talking. Just your camera, but your mic should still work.
I hope we aren't having technical difficulties. We broke them. Sound.
No audio. Nope, still no audio.
You might just have to refresh.
Yeah.
That's weird. We heard her earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but roll 20 is fickle.
Yeah.
He is a fickle bitch.
There we go.
How we doing now, fam?
Gotcha.
There we go.
Hey.
There is the venerable Mr. Starwell.
So basically, I just watched Al smash this guy's head like a grape.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And his partner in crime is standing there next to me, pissed as fuck.
Yes, Jonas is
Technically pissed as
Fuck
fuck,
it.
but like deep in our realm, so on guard.
I would go so far as to say he's being very, very cowed by Marie. Like, he was about ready to throw hands after what happened to his brother, but Marie basically intimidated him into keeping his fucking mouth shut.
Okay. Because she's just that powerful and that willing to like kill a vamp.
Actually, she just really rolled well on her intimidation roll.
Hey, whatever fucking works.
That's awesome. Great. She's a better roller than me and Vic.
I wasn't trying to intimidate, so
You were trying to grapple and I was trying to quell. And oh yeah, Martha wasn't here for that. Both me and Vic had huge dice pools I tried to quell the beast on Al, didn't quite get there, and he tried to hold and grapple her down and didn't quite get there either. Al's a
I had
freaking
a 15 dice pool. 15 dice pool. I rolled 3 successes.
Amazing.
Al's a
Absolutely
was-
amazing.
That was after willpower. After spending the 3 willpower to like re-roll.
I
Like,
used willpower too.
it was 12 and then
Freaking Al.
I had to do everything for myself.
And sorry, I know I'm asking a lot of questions, guys. It's been
Nope,
a
it's
couple
totally
weeks,
fine.
and it's been a lot.
Yep.
These two guys were like just left in torpor in our club, right?
yeah.
Yes, and you
Okay.
guys brought them back.
Oh,
And they're super
It
ugly.
was during the process of bringing them back that
yeah,
we
yeah.
brought
No,
one
no.
of
I
them
know,
back.
that we were. I was
Yeah,
just
they brought one.
trying to remember how they came into our possession.
We found him impaled at Tinto's record and brought him over, remember?
Okay, yeah,
Remember
that's
Tinto's
what
record?
I was. That was
The
just
two
what I was
vamps
double checking. I just
on-
wanted to make
yeah.
sure. Yeah, awesome. All right,
Those
all
are
on
two
the same
vamps
page.
that have been assholes to us the whole time we've known them.
Yep. No, I'm all right.
Even after we revived their ass.
Okay. I would like to make an occult roll, see if I can like figure out what I just saw,
Okay.
or like a knowledge roll or something.
So for you, so
Baby
with
shark.
an occult, so that's going to be 3 and 1, but you also get an additional die because personal experience here. So 4 and 1.
Mm.
No, I didn't want you to go there. God damn it! I hate this platform. Coming up with 4 and 1. Here we go.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man.
God damn. So
Wow. Best roll tonight so far.
yeah, no shit. Okay, so here are the things that you have that you've learned about this. One, you know that this is a skill frequently used by Bruja. The name of the skill is called Spark of Rage. It is normally used to. That is not what I was looking at. That's under. No. Spark of Rage. It is a combination of potence and presence. Will incite anger and even frenzy in onlookers. The user must take care not to rile up an angry mob. It is one of those things that has been used both offensively and defensively in past. You've heard of Bruja using it to whip up a riot to cover their tracks for a crime. You've also heard of them using it basically on their way out the door to basically into a group being pursued, turn around, say use Spark of Rage, and suddenly they've got an entire another problem right in front of them that they need to deal with. It's much more urgent than whatever their pursuit is. It is a intense power that can also has known to backfire rather spectacularly and end up killing the user.
Obviously, case in point. Okay,
As-
sorry. Pause.
yeah.
Pause. 1 second. 1 second.
Yep.
Yeah. Could you give us an example of how that might happen?
Splort.
I'm just like, dude's name should have been Karma or something.
Don't be grumpy about it, either.
Mm.
All right. Sorry about that.
No worries.
So it has been known to backfire spectacularly, just like the 2 seconds ago. And I take it it tends to be like, does it become second nature, or it has to take in like intent?
So when you say, what do you mean when you say that?
Like skills, like you kind of have to like choose to do them, right?
Yeah,
Or-
it's an intentional.
Okay. All right. Well, then that was my thank you. Cool.
Okay. So now that you know this, what else are you going to do?
Oh, I'm going to state out loudly. I'm like, well, that backfired incredibly on him. Wouldn't you think? And I turned to his compatriot.
He really looks like he wants to say something rather scathing to you, but
Wait. So have I left the room yet?
if you have chosen to leave, I believe you had said that you were noping the fuck out because you wanted a shower.
Okay, I just wasn't sure the order, if I had walked out on this conversation or if I was still there.
No, I was so in this particular case, kind of everybody's kind of doing everything at once. Like I'm
Okay.
assuming everybody is acting as
Yeah,
independent.
so we get to hear what Michael just said to ask.
Correct.
Yeah, because I would have said like knowing what I saw, and the reaction that it caused on like both of you guys and like everything that had to settle down, and then him being like cowed right now and like wanting to say shit. Yeah, I would have said it immediately, like when I could have been like, don't you think that that was a foolish thing that your dude did and backfired on his ass like an idiot, with the tone of, do you also want to be an idiot?
He very much obviously wants to be an idiot, but he's not going to be one.
Let's just kill him.
So, going back to Idaho and Vic, you said you wanted to change your actions. What were you thinking about changing them to?
Well, I guess as Vic and I are lugging popped head guy out of the room, I kind of want to go up to Michael and just say, kind of subtle voice, but not really trying to be that quiet, kind of quiet, you know what I mean? And say, we did a lot to help these two guys. We had them here in Torpor. We could have just killed them. We could have set them out in the sun. And we brought them back. And look how they're acting. We have tried to extend the olive branch to these guys so many times. I'm just going to recommend that we don't let the other one there leave this room alive. That's my recommendation. And then continue with the corpse, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, it's like 3 strikes and you're out.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm not like Michael. Like at this, like if you said this, did you say this to Michael or like?
Yeah.
So as me and Vic were scooting the body out.
Yeah, you like leaned in and said it to me.
Right.
And I would like give you like a pointed nod, being like, heard.
I would hope if there's more killing, somebody would call Alice back.
So yeah, somebody get Alice in here. Use the death machine.
The group effort.
So these two schmucks were there and could give us information on who done it.
We know who done it.
Okay.
They can't. There's nothing really. I mean, again, this is obviously.
There's nothing to find out. We can just like kill them and move on and take over the
I was
property.
going to say the thin blood is the one who's in the next room. Who was there was the one who kind of gave up all of the details of exactly what happened there.
Well,
Okay.
Joan also told me that she did it.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
He told me that she did it.
Okay.
Not only that, but the person who did it confessed to it.
And so this person's like absolutely no use to us right now.
Not if they're not going to cooperate.
The way he's acting, he's more trouble alive than dead. He might go on some revenge.
Yeah. So what does he say anything? Does he act anyway? Is he just sitting there being an asshole?
I mean, he's not being an asshole per se, but he is definitely looks like he is way pissed off. Like he is, like I said before, he has been cowed into silence by Marie. But that's probably about the only thing from holding him back from attempting to either take a swing at y'all or use a discipline or anything like that. The only thing that he's preventing him from that is the fact that he is deathly afraid of whatever he thinks Marie is going to do to him.
Okay. So I flat out ask him, so what do you think we should do with you then?
He looks at you and can't hold his tongue. He just says, "Doesn't fucking matter."
Fair enough.
Are you mad at us because of what he did?
He looks at you, Vic, and he goes, "No, we've all been pissed at you because this entire time you guys have been claiming that you're the ones in control of all of this. But you certainly didn't have any control over it when the Camarilla decided to stomp in here and kick our asses.
Oh,
You certainly didn't have any control over it when you decided to kill my brother."
oh,
Well, you
Oh,
made it
oh.
clear you didn't want to have anything to do with us from the get-go. So
and this is where I interject and I'm saying, I'm going to be like, your brother decided in that moment to use his skill on Alice. Your brother made that choice. Why is that our fault? When we're the ones who were attempting to bring him back out of torpor. It's a very flawed sense of logic you have there.
you were in the room with us.
He's like, "All I know, you're supposed to be in control. He's dead. Your fault."
Well, then you are an idiot because there is no such thing as control. Life is fucking chaos, kid. Are you going to be blaming everybody else for everything? For the rest of your undead existence?
He goes, "I'm going to start blaming you for a lot."
You keep that mouth up, you're not going to be blaming anybody for anything.
What would you do, let's say? You had my boots on. What would be your great plan?
He looks you dead in the eye and he goes, "You're going to kill me. Fucking do it."
The only reason we want to kill you is because of your attitude. You want to straighten up? Maybe we can have some conversations and talk and get some, but you're not giving us any reason not to kill you at this point.
So, Michael.
And that's it. That's all he's going to say?
Michael, I need you to roll a wits and awareness.
Ooh.
Which would be a...
4 and 1.
Okay.
Okay. Directly on the success for this one. It's at this point, Michael, that you realize that you are being very, very carefully watched, both by Marie and also by the Thin Blood, who is standing in the doorway looking through now.
I step in closer to him and I ask him very pointedly, do you want to die?
He looks you dead in the eye and he says, "I'll tell you this. If I live to see tomorrow night, am I going to leave? Yeah, I'm out of here. For now." He said, "But this won't be the last time you ever see me." He says, "It may take me 100 years. It might take me 1,000. He says, "I'll see you again."
In that, on that note, I say we shall see, and I slit his throat as
So,
badly and deeply as I can. Or can I bite him? Which one?
so okay. So
No, wait.
you,
Let me think. Let me think. Hold on.
I'm gonna do it if you don't.
You're not there.
I am there.
Uh,
It's still there.
You guys said you were
I would
taking the
like to
body
use
downstairs.
blink.
I don't think we got
I
out.
would like to use blink to.
now you can't use blink because blink covers a large amount of space.
Oh, so it's not small movements.
Nope, it is large. In fact, it's funny you should mention this because I did thought it was for the same thing, but no, this is actually clarified like in the most recent season of LA by
Can I come marionetting his brother's body?
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh, ooh.
So you could look at your discipline sheet to see if you've got anything close range.
Yeah, I can't see a lot of info on the discipline sheet when I pull it up. I forgot to take my notes. Ow, 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 sweetie, I gotta cut your nails.
Um, you don't really have a discipline that's gonna that's particularly or applicable for this. However, you do have you could rouse the blood to increase your dexterity.
Yeah, I would like to rouse the blood and try and slice his head off with my really sharp knife.
Okay, so rouse check.
Hmm.
Okay, so for the remainder of scene, your dex is at a 3. So this is going to be your dex, and we will say, since you don't actually have something in melee, we're going to make this dex and I'll say survival.
Okay.
Assuming you would know how to use a knife.
Yeah.
So 2 and 1.
And I plan on addressing that before next game.
Okay. And then he's going to defend. I really just need to set this up so I already have like a separate sheet open for myself that I can just roll off of, but I'm not that smart.
Do you think we took his head, baby? What do you think?
It would be nice.
Oh no, don't do the thing. Oh, don't put.
It would be nice.
Don't do that.
If these sheets would allow you to combine like 2 rolls, just like
Yeah.
That would be nice.
But it seems like these sheets really only let you roll on one stat instead of a combination of 2.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Damn.
you take a swing. He tries to block it. He is unable to defend himself completely. You do manage to get the knife basically in the side of his neck, but it is not enough of a success to actually even begin the work of attempting to decapitate him. So two things happen at once. One, you feel him start to get hot. Not like rousing the blood or blood flushing through his system hot. Like really hot. Like enough to make you step back, Michael.
Okay, so this is a skill.
Struck.
I think Maria's doing it. That's my guess.
The next thing that happens is he starts screaming. Underneath of his skin, you watch as the skin starts to bubble and swell. You can actually see underneath on his cheek, on his neck, and his chest that his vitae is expanding, that it's superheating, it's boiling. So, Idaho and Vic, are you guys are in the room still?
Yep.
Okay. Alice, you took off, so you don't have to make a roll for this. Are either of you at a hunger of 2 or greater?
I don't think so. I think I'm at a hunger of 1.
I think I got up to a 2, didn't I?
Yeah, mine's a
No,
1.
I'm still a 1.
Mine's 1.
Okay, so then you don't need
You
to
could
roll.
say I'm a 2.
Mr. Starwell, are you at a 2? No, you're not. Okay, so nobody's at a 2, so nobody needs to roll a hunger check here. He drops to the ground, even though he drops to his knees, even though his face is just contorted in rage. It looks like smoking, but you realize it's actually steaming. To anybody who's in the room, this is an amazing smell. This is
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
it is intoxicating. It is the smell
Num
of
nums.
boiling kindred vitae. It is amazing. On the other hand, for the person who is enduring this, he is very rapidly starting to suffer enough damage. His skin is starting to come apart. The vitae that is leaking out is causing scalding burns on his body as it leaks out.
Ooh.
And within what seems like a prolonged period of time, but is really just seconds, he collapses to the floor in torpor.
In torpor?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's going in the furnace, I assume.
I mean, what time is it?
It's heading towards morning.
Why waste the furnace?
Now, while this is going on, I kind of want to go with or would have liked to have gone with my little instinct and be looking at our Tremere friend while this was happening.
She is standing mostly still.
So there's no indication. She didn't have her wand out or anything.
No, she's not like Harry Potter, and there's no Wingardium Leviosa going on here.
Okay.
The closest that you see from her is that she has a hand. She's got one of her hands behind her back, and the other hand is basically turned into an upturned clenched fist.
Cool.
Behind her, you would note that the Thin Blood, who is standing in the hallway, he has seen this entire thing.
Yeah.
And he's got eyes like saucers.
Sure.
Better learn.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we're still proceeding with the at least one body to the furnace, or maybe waiting till tomorrow, whatever. But on the way out, I guess I'll go pat him on the back and say, you know, good thing you.
Say, are you gonna be you gonna be as stubborn as them, or
Nah,
No, he has nothing. Like he's a lot different, right? Like he's part of the group, right?
He was part of their coterie or whatever, but given the events of what happened with the Scourge, and then now with that he's seen what's going on with this, like he's probably more abjectly afraid for his life than he's ever been ever.
Well, seriously,
Right. So like what like how do we dial back the abject terror?
So on the way out, I was just going to pat him on the back and say, "I'm glad you played nice."
That will get a very, very constrained nod, let's say. I've got a couple messages from people. We're gonna take a break here for 10. Take bio break since it's about that time period.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
And we will be back at 15 after.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
All right, everybody.
See you
So stick with us, and we're gonna put you guys on. Be right back. Go get a drink, grab some dinner, whatever you need to do, and we will see you soon. All right, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us through that bio break. We're going to jump right back into it because our evening is running short. All right.
So, welcome back to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle, Philly by Night. When we left before the bio break, Mr. Starwell stabbed a guy in the neck and then stood there while he got his blood boiled. So,
One hell of a knife.
well, he could get the knife to do that by itself.
Yeah.
So, let's go through actions to wrap up the evening. Idaho, you and Vic were going to take the body to the furnace room, leave it for the ghouls, and your plan was to then go get in your hearse and go find some place to go camp.
What about Boiled Brother? Is he just like a stain on the ground now, or what?
Well, I mean, he's not. There's tons and tons of boiled vitae that's now steaming on the ground, but he, like as a body, he is still there and he's in torpor.
Like, well, Michael, do we want to shove him in the furnace too?
I mean, sure.
Okay.
I mean, like, I figure we just throw them both on the roof, but whatever.
Whatever works. Okay, so yeah, just put the bodies where they need to be to burn. And
Okay.
then, yeah, I'm going to go find a place to sleep.
Okay, so Idaho, Vic, are you assisting with moving the bodies?
Sure.
I hope
Okay.
so. I can't do it by myself. I'm weak.
So weak.
-5.
Weak in the
How far you
knee.
get on your own?
Yeah, I'm trying to lug like the burnt part. I can't even get that guy to move. Like, damn it.
Okay, so
Behind the blood.
Vic, you're gonna move the bodies to the furnace with Idaho. What else? What are you gonna do after that?
Let's go work on Stubby.
Okay, so then you're gonna head back to your apartment, basically.
I guess. Yeah, there's nothing else to do. I'll head back to my apartment, work on Stubby.
Okay. Body to the furnace. Bodies, excuse me. Idaho leaves house. Vic heads to apartment. Okay. Alice, did we ever clarify if you were standing there for the entire thing, or did you?
You had told me that because I had vocalized before
Then you had
Michael, right?
Okay.
So we had noped me out of the situation. I've already gone back to the apartment.
Okay, so what are you doing at the apartment?
Shower, check on Ruby, and hit the sack.
Okay. When you get up there, neither of the girls are back yet. When you were walking out, you would have seen them still wrapping up the bar, cleaning.
Okay.
So you have all of the time and hot water in the apartment to clean yourself off, and have to get under your nails to get all of the bone and brain out. But
Flip them down real tight.
yeah. Michael, what are you gonna do?
Well, I think I tilt my hat and like I turn to Marie and I thank her for the assistance on that one.
She gives a very, very brief nod and says in almost a whisper and says, "For keeping us safe, Baron." And then she is out the door and down the hall.
And then I turn to the Duskborn and I ask if they are hungry.
He is like, his eyes are like, he doesn't look like he's blinking. He's like, yeah, like between what he endured at the hands of Joe and Jet and now watching what just happened with his former boss, and he's like looking at you like you are a loaded shotgun pointed at his head. He can barely stammer a nod, like he is terrified.
But he does give me a nod.
Yes.
I put a gentle hand on his shoulder, and I say, "It must have been. Let's try and get you something to eat. Is it vitae or is it blood or is it liquid or solid?"
When he opens his mouth to try and he kind of stutters when he talks, you can see he has fangs.
Okay. Liquid it is. Is there a preference? Like, does like hunting style matter or blood is blood?
Hunting style is generally speaking one of
It's
those things.
secondary.
Secondary.
That's a personal preference. That's like
Okay.
if you had your way to do it, then that's how you would hunt.
Got it.
But if you're hungry,
You
you'll
can
eat
eat.
whatever's in the fridge.
Do we have any more of the blood?
You're in a pinch, you'll drink.
I think
Whatever.
we used it all, didn't we?
Yeah, you guys did use
Mhm.
all.
We wasted 4 bags on the stupid brothers.
It was worth it.
Killed them before we woke them up.
No. Okay. I'm gonna be like, well, I'm gonna invite him up to the hotel, to the apartments, and be like, "Let's get you settled, something to eat, and somewhere to rest for the night, and we can pick this up in the morning."
He very, very dutifully follows behind you. He is obviously so afraid of you that like he's treating you like royalty. Like
Fine.
Mhm.
Don't care.
Yes, Barrett.
Perfect.
So you head to your apartment. Everybody has tucked in for the night, and with that, our evening comes to a close.
That was a doozy.
So, sun comes up, kindred go down. As the sun descends on a Philadelphia that is now cool, now cold. The winds of autumn have come in. The trees have turned golden and brown. People are bundled up. More people are back to wearing masks. People are being careful. But that has certainly not stopped business at the beacon. So, tonight, the sun goes down, and the moon comes up, and all of the kindred arise and awake. Let's see how hungry they are. Rouse checks to go around. Hungry.
Oh.
Man,
Everyone
everybody
but me,
but
huh?
Vic.
Oh.
It's usually the opposite.
Oh.
I'm usually the
Right.
hungry one.
Vic's a big boy. You need to eat a lot.
Oh, you should have seen our duo session. I went through like 6 rouse checks, and I succeeded every single.
Never got hungry. That was so
It
awesome.
was crazy.
Wow.
That was a hell of a session.
Impressive.
It was actually quite impressive.
Off clap.
Every cat owner's best friend.
Oh, that's one of my best friends. I don't even own a cat.
Is there still one back there? I thought I got all of them out. Is Truffles back there?
Okay.
I don't
So
see
everybody's
her.
So
Okay.
Everybody hungry.
going down the line, Idaho. How do you start the evening?
I'm actually interested in at least not standing out from the crowd. So unless I have like some sort of a coat, I guess I could stop like at a thrift store and pick something up.
Okay, So you are going to head to in your hearse. Is there anything in particular you're looking for? Is there a particular style
I
or
mean,
anything?
my thought is just that if it's actually getting cold, I don't want to be walking around dressed like it's nice and people might what I'm saying. I'm trying to maintain the masquerade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unless
Appropriate
I've got
wear. Dress
unless
appropriate.
I've got shit waiting back at the apartments, I'm just gonna same old
Go
thing.
thrift shopping.
Hobo chic. You know how I
Okay.
am. I'm not picky. Goodwill, Salvation Army, whatever. Some dude lying in the corner. I don't care.
Anything sparkly and colorful that
Oh, I could
closes on top
combine
of them.
clothes hunting with hunting.
Right, we always say loot the bodies.
Yeah.
You didn't want what's on those bodies.
Nobody
So
wanted what
I'm
was
also
on
going
those
to check
bodies.
my messages in case I have heard anything about Tracy
Mm.
or from the new Dustborn that Victor and I torched their neighborhood recently.
so you have a message regarding Tracy from the lawyer.
Hmm.
It's just call me ASAP.
Okay, I'm gonna call.
Okay. When you pick up when you call, it rings a couple times. The lawyer picks up and says, "Hold on," and you can hear them walking into another room.
Hmm.
After a brief wait, the lawyer picks up the phone and says, "So we have a problem.
Okay.
She's gone.
Like she ran away or she's missing or what?
We don't know. The cops are not particularly interested in doing anything about it because she's a recent runaway. They think that she'll get picked up. They'll take her back. The foster parents
Don't care.
seem to be a little lackadaisical, in my opinion, about this. Um, which the lawyer shifts the phone kind of from one to the side to the other and says, "I don't know. I can't get a handle on this." But when she ran away last time, she left a note. She didn't leave a note this time. Is that indicative of anything? I don't know.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. So you hang up.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little more shopping besides just clothes too.
Okay. What did you want to buy?
Like a knife or something. A harpy knife.
A gun. Something.
I'm just as liable to blow my own head off with a gun. I have no skill.
That's why you gotta be like Alice. A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Got some knives, we got some brass
I'm
knuckles,
also going to.
my little gun, pew pew.
Well, I'll do my shopping and then I'll head over to the apartments.
Okay, so you're going to. Um, Now, okay, so here's the question. Are you going to go just buy a knife, whatever, or did you want that specific knife?
Does Idaho have cash? Does Idaho keep money? I assume he must.
I would guess that you would probably have a little bit of money on hand.
So as far as the extra layers, just to blend in with the crowd, I really don't care as long as it's hobo chic. That's all I'm about, right? But if there's like a store that's not too out of the way that I could go to actually maybe see some good knives, I would like to get a harpy, but I'm not going to go all over town to find one. I just want something like that that's small and we're very, very sharp.
Well, the reason why I was asking that is if you are looking to get something specific, you could obviously ask Moira or one of the other ghouls to go shopping for you in the day to get you exactly what you want.
Right. I need it tonight though.
Okay. Then let us make a roll.
So I'm gonna do some skinning.
So let's say that's going to be.
Oh, don't I have street smarts or something like that? Maybe I could buy one from a dealer.
Streetwise.
We'll say wits and streetwise to see if you can find.
Hi, sweetness.
exactly
No,
what you're
sweetie.
looking for.
You don't want snuggles, and I'm gonna get to it later. Yeah, I know. I know. I know.
3 and 2.
I know. Now or never. No. Hey, hey, hey.
So you find a guy who he's got a couple pistols that maybe look like they're of questionable origin. He's got a couple of different knives. One that looks like it's kind of a modified Bowie knife. Doesn't look like it's particularly sharp. He's got a couple like switchblades or butterfly knives and things like that. They don't look like they're particularly authentic. Certainly nothing particularly high quality, not like what you're looking for.
Well, I'll just say to him, I want your sharpest knife.
He gestures to the Bowie knife, and he's like, "This is the best thing I got for that kind of thing."
So you're telling me it's not that sharp?
He
I mean,
goes,
I'll take it and kind of test it on myself.
It's sharp-ish. It probably hasn't seen a whetstone since it was originally made.
Do we have any of those back at how at the everything?
Probably not.
I'll have to pick
So
one
that's
up
the
for my
best I
knife
can.
then.
That's the best I can find, huh?
He's like, I mean, it's late at night. He's like, I mean, you could always try like going to a Walmart or something like that, but they're probably gonna be like pocket knives, not like, because he's like, I mean, I'm just saying, you wouldn't be trying to buy something like this if you weren't planning to use it for things that you didn't want to get caught doing. Am I
Dude,
wrong?
yes, you're wrong. I'm fine going into a Walmart. I want a small, sharp knife. That's what I'm after. I mean, I'm gonna have to go buy a whetstone anyway. Now, so you know what? I'm gonna pass and go to Walmart.
He goes, all right. So, let us see. I have not actually ever searched for a Walmart in Philadelphia.
Or, you know, something. I assume Idaho would know where, just like I would know here where to go to shop for knives, but I don't know where to go in Philadelphia. But Idaho would know, right?
You go to academies.
I mean, here you just go to the gas station and you get a free gun and knife with every fill.
So I would say, okay, so there's a couple different Walmarts that you could theoretically go to. That none of them are in West Philly, weirdly. There's one that's further south that would be like kind of east of the naval base near the river. There's one that would actually be up in Camarilla territory. There is a Walmart that is down in contested territory south, but it's from where you are. It would be you're gonna have to drive around a little bit.
Okay, well, I guess before I do all that, I'm gonna go ahead and head over to the apartments.
Okay.
What about kitchen capers? That looks like it's on the west side.
Kitchen capers.
I just looked it up. It's a
Hey.
200 South Broad Street in the Bellevue, Philadelphia area, right next door to Beacon. Discount for vampires is what it says on this.
Yeah, it's really nice because nights are starting to get really early and like long.
Night of the Long Knives.
Let me.
I really have no clue. I just did a quick look, a quick search, and it's like the furthest place west.
You could break it if you wanted to break into it. You could, but they close at 6.
God damn it! All right, I'm gonna go. All right, before I deal with any of that crap, I'm just gonna go over to the apartments. I don't want to make a huge deal out of this.
Okay.
Al, let me borrow your knife.
Vic.
Al, let me borrow you.
What? We need to go somewhere? I can take stabby and pew pew.
I'm gonna grab you by your feet. I'm gonna swing you. Whatever you do on your end, that's you.
I'm going to do the opposite of Call the Beast on you and then throw you over.
Shit.
We're just going to weaponize Al for the rest of the campaign.
Shake me up like a cat.
Yeah.
What was it? It's like, did any of you ever see fucking Ready Player One, the
I'm on
movie?
mute. Damn it! I was trying to. It reminds
There's
me
a
of
scene
a.
As I said,
Sorry,
there's a
go
scene
ahead.
in Ready Player One where somebody gets Chucky, like the actual Chucky doll,
Mhm.
and they like throw it at
Hmm.
all of these people, and it just starts stabbing everybody.
I don't even remember that part. What the hell?
Yeah, that was towards the end of the movie. Because it's where
No,
they blow.
there was a.
It's where they blow the. It's in the PG-13 because it was PG-13. It's where they blow their one fucking word, their one F word, because he goes, "It's fucking
Yeah.
Chucky."
I'm about to watch
No,
it again. It's too long.
that reminded me of like back in like the early 2000s. You know, I had a roommate, and he introduced me to like mosh pits and hardcore and everything else. And one of the first things he taught me to do once we got in the mosh pits was to go up on my hands and throw my legs over his shoulders, and he would grab my legs and he would just spin around in a circle, and I would just throw punches and put him in a circle.
Now you know where he gets all his
That was
ideas.
like our go-to move.
He lives them out first. Anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All
Let's
right.
do the apartments.
So Vic, how are you starting your evening?
I guess I'm starting at there's really not much to wrap up. We took care of the body last night, so I guess I'm just taking care of Stubby in the apartment, and just waiting for everyone else to wake up and see what happens.
Okay. Alice, what are you doing?
Well, considering I'm somewhat hungry, I will probably check on Ruby and see if she's
wants food
topped off
too.
lately.
So Ruby is already at the club. Are you going to text her and see if she wants to?
Oh, okay, yeah. If she's already at the club, I'll text. I'm not gonna walk all the way over there.
When you text, she texts back. She goes, "Yeah, I could definitely eat."
Okay. They're just still setting up the club. We haven't opened yet?
Not yet.
Okay. I'm debating, do I yank her away and go venture or just wait for the club to open? Yeah, I think I'll just wait for the club to open.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and just out of an abundance of caution, grab my pocket knife and my brass knuckles, slide them in my back pocket, and head over to the club.
Oh my god. Idaho, you know what you should get? You should get the brass knuckle, like, claw knife from Taboo.
I don't know what that is. Let's see.
Weapon shopping in game. I love it.
Nope. It's amazing. It's so good.
Oh.
Yeah. Get that.
Ooh. Still, harpies are great, though.
You want to show the group?
Do I? I'm not sure I'm even looking at the right one. It's just like a brass knuckle with a little claw on the end
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, razor sharp.
Yeah, that's kind of like a harpy knife, actually, except it's got brass knuckles. It's kind of cool.
Okay.
Michael, how are you starting the evening?
Well, before, like, as I do my normal morning routine of, like, messages, emails.
Just business messages. Bills that need to be paid at the club. Some emails from Moira. Money needs to be moved around for varying things at the club. Blah blah blah. The only thing that's really kind of a holdout, or really interesting, rather, I guess I should say, there is a text message from Slade. and it just says, heard some things you might want to hear about.
Okay. Quickly handle all of the minuscule crap, like really off the bat, like shoot out all the emails and responses I have to do in regards to like keeping the club afloat. Finish my morning routine and be like, contact Slade. My place or yours?
He said he just texts back, already at the club.
Okay.
So,
In the meantime, I would have also liked to do some things in melee. Would it be possible to like learn it, or does not more time need to like be spent before? Like we can't spend between nights, right? While we're in gameplay.
correct. We
All
can
right.
do that
After word. Let's keep going. That was it. Head on
what are
to
you
the
going
club.
to do about the thin blood who is following you around?
Oh yeah. Did he get fed last night?
You guys didn't hunt, so if you're going to hunt, now would be the time.
Yeah. So that's exactly what I want to do.
Okay, so you are going to hunt for the club. So 6 dice, as always. So 4 and 2. So you have a. I will give you the choice here. There are a couple people who are already in line. Not really to your standards. Not really something that you would be interested in indulging in. But if you were looking for a quick and easy meal, you have a guest, you're pretty sure that you could supply sustenance for both of you. Or you could pass this one up and wait to hunt later in the evening.
I ask the thin blood if he has preference towards boys or girls.
He kind of shrugs. He's kind of like, I've never really thought about it. He kind of looks at you and he's like, they're food.
Before they were food.
He kind of shrugs and he goes,
Never really thought about it.
they're kind of always been food.
Oh,
What do you mean by that?
He kind of looks around and he's kind of like, he's like, I mean, it's not like I ever had any friends other than, the people who I was hanging around with, and they weren't really my friends either. And he's like, nobody's ever fucking treated me well. Fucking parents beat the shit out of me. Fucking parents weren't doing it. The people at school were. If people at school weren't doing it, then fucking, fucking cops were doing it when I was doing stupid shit. He goes, life sucks. You find what you eat what you can. A lot of times that includes people. Sometimes you take them for everything you can.
Well, then, if you're not picky, I turn on the charm on a couple of the more attractive and bring them back.
So, okay, so you're going to basically take them in beforehand and take them say to the green room or something and
Well,
notch.
Is there anybody Jesus Christ. Okay, love, I love you, but you're driving me nuts today. Um, uh, yeah, let's go ahead and get some food right now. Like whatever we can do.
So,
Um, I would also like to press him. I'm like, really, you didn't even think about who you might want
um,
around. You never imagined anything.
he kind of, as he's following you in, he kind of just kind of shrugs and he's like, never had the opportunity or the luxury.
That is just too sad.
When you take these people down to the green room and are partying a little bit, they, for one, they are not even interested or even really paying attention to him. Like, he is basically persona non grata to them. Like, they don't even see him. So he's, and as far as you can see from when you interact with him or watch him at all, he is totally fine with that. He is totally fine with you being the center of attention. And when they are all about you, they are all over you. You are flashing that Toreador charm, you are turning on those looks, and they are absolutely in heaven to be there partying with you.
I quite
So
sneakily, like in the middle of the party, like kind of like make a move on one and then make a move on the other and like extend one of their wrists over to him while I make a move on the other so he
and
can have a drink.
and he absolutely plays right into it. He is absolutely right there.
I'm
Um,
paying attention, making sure he doesn't drink too much and distracting both of them.
yeah, he
Getting
does,
my fill too.
and he doesn't drink hardly at all. He takes maybe what you think is maybe enough to say just a little bit of hunger. But he certainly doesn't seem like he doesn't even seem like he is getting all of that much out of it. He seems like he's just it's kind of more perfunctory for him.
Got it. Cool. And then say thank you. I don't know, ladies, gentlemen, whatever. This was such a wonderful warm up. I have to get to work. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and give them a bunch of drink tickets and set them loose in the club.
Thank you,
And
bud.
they are absolutely happy. They are absolutely thrilled to have gotten to party with you as the club is opening up. So they walk off. What do you say to this thin blood, or do you just kind of set him free and be like, well, bye?
Mm.
Well, it's me and him sitting in the green room right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do we know who owned the Wreckers place?
The two guys we just killed.
That was a family owned business.
Okay.
Yes, and if you remember correctly, Idaho, Joan Jett did tell you that she had cleaned that up
A
as a
favor.
She cleaned it up as a favor for us. That was supposed to be our new spot. She cleaned it up for us.
So yes, so the Tentos Wreckers is under new management.
And like, who really did all the cleaning up?
But
Our
hey,
guy.
didn't we say we needed? Hey,
Them.
didn't we say we needed a tow truck? Tow truck anyway, like a tow truck company. Like
Hey, we
like
wanted to expand our business ventures. I
Exactly.
mean,
Okay. So that would have been included in my first initial things. I would have reached out to one of the lawyers and asked about making moves and acquiring the deed of the Wreckers.
Okay.
Considering that the bank will probably foreclose on it soon.
We will we'll say that Moira is on that, but I don't think that, given what the Scourge told Idaho, that you'll have any difficulty in procuring any of these documents or anything like that.
Fair. Just want to put that in the gears. And so like I'm gonna turn to the kid and I'll be like, all right, well, I take it you have nowhere to go, no job, and nothing to do now.
He goes, I mean, the only thing I ever did was, was at the Wreckers with those two.
What they have you doing over there?
He's like, worked on engines. Can't break into a car if you don't know how they work.
Do you like engines?
He goes, I mean, it's not the worst way to spend a day.
Do you like anything else?
He kind of looks around. He goes, I haven't really thought about it.
How good are you at smashing people up?
He goes, well, I mean, I'm not a bad. If you're looking to make some to get somebody mugged, I'm not bad about stuff like that. But like, he's like, I don't think I've ever actually killed anybody. If that's what you're asking. I mean, maybe not intentionally. Maybe I left somebody behind and they bled to death or something. But like, I mean,
No, that's not what I'm asking. Just whether or not you've got some fight in you and you got any feist and can see anything. So you obviously have no. Would you like a job?
he's like, I mean, I kind of assumed that I had a job back at the Wreckers still, but if you're telling me that you guys are taking it over, then yeah, I wouldn't mind still doing what it's doing.
Until that's settled, how do you feel about some security detail?
He's like, I guess sure, I can do that.
All right. Well, we're gonna get you a walkie and a couple black shirts. And what does he look like?
He is kind of lanky.
Okay.
He's kind of tall, kind of sharp featured, lanky. The tattoos that you can see are really shitty.
Mm-hmm.
He's got. I don't know if you've ever seen Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh.
He's got that kind of hair.
Well.
Are you just describing Machine Gun Kelly at us?
No.
Because that you did so far. Shitty tattoos, check. Tall, lanky, bony, sharp features, check. Shitty Machine Gun Kelly hair, check.
But this dude actually has a talent. Like he can work on a car.
Oh my
god. So many claws out tonight. I love it.
And not for nothing, he didn't when he was in the presence of somebody who was far better than him, he didn't try to pick a fight with them. So,
Blue bonuses. Nice.
All right. So, how much space do we have in our space anymore?
So, in the apartments, you'd still probably have enough space there, but he probably has some place that he already lives.
Okay. So yeah, I'll ask him that. I'm like, where do you sleep?
He goes, I mean, he's like, I mean, I have a place that I rent that's a couple blocks away from the Wreckers. He's like, I'd rather just. He's like, I don't know. He's like, from last night, it looks like y'all shack up together. He's like, I don't know if y'all do stuff, but I don't do stuff. So he's like, I think I'd rather just keep my apartment.
Somebody makes assumptions.
Don't do stuff. I love it. Put that on the back of his security shirt. I don't do stuff.
I give a chuckle. I'll be like, for somebody who claims not to do stuff, you definitely seem to know a lot about it or expect it a lot.
He's like, don't know what to tell you, sir. When you spend as much time as I do doing illegal shit, you end up being around stuff a lot.
He's my new best friend.
Well,
It's butt stuff. That's what he's leaving out. It's
I held off. I knew you were going to be the one.
Oh my god! Wow, this night is a lot different than last night.
Have to have the serious points. Have to have some levity.
Oh yeah.
So,
I'll be like, okay. Well,
Sometimes there's fisting.
no.
Hey man, stream missed the guy. The stream missed the guy up on the bed with it in the stirrups.
I don't need the memories of that night.
All of that, man.
okay. So
Block that
You
out.
weren't
back
there.
to the game.
You
I
weren't.
know.
She says, "I don't need memories of that night," and she wasn't even there.
Well, it worked. It worked. Anyway,
So, anyways,
I have no recollection of those events.
Okay, back to the game. I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna take you to Vic. You're gonna be shadowing him. Tonight, Idaho's gonna come back with you just to make sure nothing's coming for you, and or just to like because like you can keep your apartment. Idaho's gonna come back with you tonight just so he can like know where it is, so we know where it is, and hook you up with everything that we need you to have.
He'll sleep in your apartment because it's in a place that you can stay tonight. It's away from you.
I was thinking that myself.
Exactly.
But yeah, let's get some stuff and then go to sleep.
okay. So you're going to turn the thin blood over to Vic.
Vic and Romano, and I'll be like, I explain the situation. I'm like, he's with us for now on a try, and I look at him pointedly and I say, like, on a very precarious trial basis.
Romano's like, we'll make it work.
Beautiful. And do I know his name yet?
You haven't asked it.
Oh, shit, I would have. Shit. I probably would have asked it before I asked him if he was hungry.
Harvey.
Harvey.
Another H name to forget.
So, going down.
Yeah.
Idaho.
Hmm.
You're at the apartments. What are you doing?
Has everybody already gone from the apartments and gone to the club?
Yes, Kai is still there. The Tremere is still there. Moira is in the office at the apartments.
I'm gonna go talk to Moira real quick and just say, I would like to acquire a harpy knife. Spider code. And a full pack of Twinkies. No. But yeah, the knife for sure.
She's like, "Do you want the knife in the Twinkies or no?"
The Twinkies with stuff. It's different.
She says that she will make sure to put a Amazon order in.
But if the rest of the coterie is already head over, I mean, I guess I'll drop in the apartment and say hi to Kai, but then I really need to go talk to Mikhail.
Okay. When you go up to your apartment, it's your apartment as well as Kai's.
Right.
The murals, so the entire apartment walls now are just completely covered. Like there's not a single place on the wall that is not covered in something. Some of the places, like there are mini murals like around one of the door frames where there's not a lot of space around. Like there's like a mural that literally goes up one side of the door and then gets bigger at the top of the door to take up that space, and then gets smaller again going down on the other side between the door and the wall on the door frame. On the door frame itself, there's like a mural that kind of goes up and it's kind of like supporting, but it's separate. Like the entire place, like you just being in there, like there's incense burning, there's like tapestries and sheets that are hanging, there's like it is turned into like a bohemian little paradise in there. And paint everywhere.
Is this just decoration, or is she painting stuff
She's
like
painted it all over?
Yeah, no, she's just it's
Right.
just
It's
like
his decoration, though.
yeah. Some of it looks like it's maybe a little kindred related, but for the most part, it is. Um, some of it's vistas, some of it's paintings of people, some of it is, and in some places, it looks like what has happened here, as far as you can tell, is she's painted, and so she's covered basically every single flat surface, and then she basically started going around and painting over that.
Mm-hmm.
So everything kind of has this um, layers on layers on layers on layers of things going on. Some of the things are a little difficult to see where they kind of mix and match, but
When's the last time she's been to a Subway?
He's not the one who did the murals.
but compared to but one thing that is worth mentioning is that compared to Idaho, from what you have seen of most other like kindred homes, which tend to gravitate towards being a little more dark, this is bright colors everywhere. It's just an explosion of color and life on canvas. It is
Cool.
really something.
So she's there. She's
Yes,
home.
and she looks like she's probably been there for quite a while, because she is covered in paint. It's in her hair. It's on her face.
Nice.
It is all over her hands. Like she looks like a little mud bunny, but happy.
Cool. Well, I'll look at her and just say hi. God, this stuff looks great. You're not making yourself go hungry, are you?
She's like, no, I go out for snacks.
Awesome.
She goes, I haven't touched your room because I didn't know how you felt about it. But
Well, do it.
Who is?
Now my room is all boring.
yeah, when you open it, like opening that door,
I'm only there
your
once a
room,
week anyway.
like it is it's a little stark.
I'm like, yeah, feel free to use my room. Do it.
I'm only there once a week anyway.
Yeah, I'm like, this is the party place. I love it.
She's like, on it.
Sweet.
This is Dot.
This is
Kai.
Kai.
Kai. Awesome.
Kai.
Oh, yay, Kai. I
Kai,
love
the third
Kai.
eye.
I love Kai. Kai is one of my favorites that we've acquired.
From Wera talks to Kai.
I'm even gonna make a little chit chat with her and ask her where she get her ideas.
She's just kind of like, as she continues working, she's like, some of this is stuff I've seen, some of this is things that I've read about or heard about, or some of it's inspired by music. She's like a lot of it's practice, and then practice over practice.
This is cool. Maybe we should get you some canvases and an agent.
She looks a little horrified when you say that.
Or just do your thing. I'm not gonna. Do you ever paint clothes?
She kind of looks down at herself and it's like,
No, on purpose.
She's like, no,
All
not
right.
really.
All right. Well, I'm
Give
gonna.
her your jacket the fuck up. Be like, here, make me a walking painting.
Yeah. Let's say I bought 2 coats when I was at the Goodwill, because maybe they had a 2-for-1 special or something. And I'll put one of them on and I'll hand the other and say, well, if you want to practice painting clothes, go for it.
She's like, okay.
And then, that's it. I'm not going to pressure her or anything.
You hobo, you.
Yeah. So then I'll just, I guess, do what I need to do in the apartment, which probably isn't much.
No.
Set aside the things I bought, put on a few items so I don't look like I stand out from the cold, and then go find everybody.
Okay, so you're heading to the apartment, or to the club. Vic, you're at the club. You now have a new protege of sorts. What are you doing?
I guess I'm showing him the ropes, making sure Romano, making sure Romano, knows what's up.
Something that you
kind of judging him, seeing what he can actually handle at this point. Kind of standing back and seeing what he's actually capable of and what he's not.
He's so off top. He is a very quick study. He's very much a shall we say almost dog-like. Like he's very quick study. He's very quick learner. He's very much like okay, you're like do this. He's like okay, and he does that. But he doesn't seem like he doesn't have a whole lot of autonomy. Let's say, let's put it that way. Like if you leave him there, expecting him to do something that you don't explicitly tell him to do, it's not that he won't do it because he's just like not paying attention to it. It's just like it doesn't seem to register that that's something that he needs to do.
Okay.
Um, Romano picks up on that pretty quick and is real quick to what at first seems to come across as kind of bossy, but quickly Romano has picked up on the fact that this kid needs somebody to basically be like do this, and kind of micromanage.
Right. It's kind of like the military. He needs a commanding officer to just kind of what's her name in a way.
Some people are followers, man. Some people need to be told what to do.
I know. At least when she came to us, I don't know what her mindset is now, but Andrea.
Oh,
At least when she came to us, she was very much that way too. Like I just need to be given orders. You just need to tell me what to do. I'll do whatever you want. Just you need to tell me.
She had more autonomy. She definitely had more autonomy from the beginning.
yeah.
A little bit more, but she wanted that, at least from the beginning. She wanted that she wanted to be given orders, So
Yeah, it all changed when she got forcefully turned into a vampire. But anyway.
yeah, that changed pretty much everything. But
So, what jobs would you trust him to work door? Like, would you trust him and Romano to work door?
what's his body weight? What's he? What does he look like?
He's pretty scrawny.
He's pretty scrawny.
Yeah,
Then I would. Do we have like little metal, like the wands, like the metal detector wands or whatever, like purse check or whatever, like second? Then that's what I would do, like the secondary, like after the bouncer, like what the bouncer does like the initial check, and then he could do like purse check or do some purse inspection or something like that up at the front door.
Have them check IDs. Have them check IDs.
IDs and purse, like IDs and purse check and stuff like that.
Okay, so he's doing that. Alice, what are you up to? You are obviously behind the bar working with Ruby. What are you up to?
Yeah, if things are starting to fill in and get busy, then, but not overtly busy, then I think that we will slip away to find somebody to feed on.
Okay, so you want to hunt with Ruby real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 6 dice. Make a roll.
Dun, dun.
Including your hunger, so 4 and 2.
4 and 2.
Yep. Same one that Mr. Starwell did, actually.
Oh, I'm already typing.
So, Ruby is chatting up a cute young thing and keeps looking at you and kind of giving you the wink, wink, nod, nudge, nudge. Exactly.
Say no more.
Exactly like that, Idaho. Face, mouth, and everything. Identical.
So subtle.
Yeah. So it's not a big thing when Ruby is like, we should all go on a bathroom break together.
All the ladies to the restroom.
Definitely not subtle.
Yeah. Once you guys get into the bathroom, with her. I would say it is intimate or sensual. It's probably closer to like the way that piranhas feed. It is quick and rough and fierce, and woman seems all about it. Um, but it definitely is a joint venture of you needing to bite to create something for her to feed off
Mm-hmm.
of and then moving to kind of somewhere else. So once you sink your fangs in, um, it is lively, it is fun, it is experimental, it is energetic, it is all of these just swirling high emotions. Um, and it takes you a moment to realize that she's probably pre-gamed a little bit and is on something, maybe a little bit of ecstasy, maybe a little bit of coke. You're not really sure, but it's definitely
Uppers, uppers,
but
uppers.
it is definitely enhancing the flavor for you, so to
She's
speak.
spicy.
So the question is, how much of this party girl are you going to gulp down?
I'm at a 2, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I guess just 1. Especially if we're both feeding on her. I don't wanna fuck around.
So you drink your one. Ruby drinks a little bit more, but not too much more.
Okay.
You think that maybe she got maybe a mouthful, maybe 2 mouthfuls more than you. When she pulls away, girl is definitely woozy, but your hunger is back down to a 1. I mean, you could eat. You could always eat, but
Play it safe.
so what are you gonna do with the woozy girl?
Mm,
Get her a Bloody Mary.
I mean, she's pretty spaced out at this point. She came with the group, yeah.
No, she's by herself.
She's all by herself. Probably just help her out to one of the booths and just kind of make sure she's chill there for a little while.
Okay.
I mean, obviously keep an eye, make sure nobody like goes after her or any shit like that. So
while you are getting her set up, Ruby's headed back to the bar to start serving customers again,
mm-hmm.
and you see a familiar, red-headed, sharp-bearded, thin blood. Tonight, he is he is wearing a Hawaiian shirt covered in sugar skulls.
Ooh. I want one.
He has on gold bling all over, including a giant pumpkin, not flat, like it's actually like round
He's gone Flavor Flav.
This guy's the best.
with a vampire jack-o'-lantern face on it.
Oh
with
my
long teeth.
god, dude. This guy.
He's got on full, like his hands are covered in bling, including all the way across the knuckles. Uh, that says "Hit that."
Oh my god.
He's got on leather pants, which you were pretty sure are genuine leather pants, but he's got on a belt buckle that is so large it is like borderline like WWE Championship style. Like it is so big. Like
How
he
does he
is like
walk with all this?
the
Jesus
epitome
Christ.
of gaudy.
This is way too loud.
But no grill. But tonight his teeth are all natural. There's no grill. You wish there was for all the fillings you can see, but whatever.
It was never about the grill.
But he is leaning on the bar at the very end. Being
Slade, yes.
yes, being as inconspicuous as someone who looks like this possibly
Yeah,
can.
in other words, he
As a
can't.
Not
barn
very
on
much.
fire in a movie theater.
So he settled up to my bar.
Well, he's at the very end of the bar. He's not like in the middle. He's not like taking away from customers. Ruby has waved
Coming
at
his
him.
like usual spot where he
Yep.
pokes up. Awesome.
Yeah, Ruby has waved at him. He's waved at her. But yeah, he's just posted up. So what are you gonna do, Alice?
Yeah, I'll wander over and check in with the guy.
He
So
makes a really big deal of doing. It's kind of like halfway between a bow and a curtsy
Oh fuck.
in front of you
Me or Al?
Oh,
to Al. And like reaches and like tries to kiss your hand,
I recoil.
and when he stands up, he's like, "Gotta pay my respects, man. He's the king. You
Dude.
gotta be the queen."
Dude, cut that shit out. If it's one thing you fucking learn about me now, I'm not gonna respond to that bullshit. I'm just Al. That's it.
Don't make me punch you in the face to prove it.
He's like, "Sorry, I'm gonna pay respects, even if the respects aren't asked."
Oh, dear God,
That's how
Jesus
I was
Christ.
brought up. I gotta make sure that I know who's on top.
All right. Look, what can I get for you? What are you doing here?
He's like, "I was actually hoping you could tell me when the man's gonna be showing up, because I got some things that I need to chat with the man."
I will send the man a message for you. Chill out here at the bar.
He's like, "I can do this."
I bet you can.
And
And yeah, so I go ahead and send word to Michael that
I would have already been on my way after I dropped off
the jester has arrived. Your jester has arrived, King.
I send back the vomit emoji.
Yeah, me too.
You guys
With
don't
like
appreciate it.
just like
This dude's awesome.
a gif going just like
So, Michael, are you just going to talk to Slade at the bar, or are you going to come up to him and then like be like, "We should go elsewhere"?
Definitely I'm going to go up to him and whoa, girl, that's attached to my head. And go, well, first, immediately, just like as I approach him, I'm going to have to steady myself.
As soon as you walk up to him, he
Because the Bane.
he
Oh, the Bane.
he throws his arms open, and he is like, "Hail to the king, baby!"
I take a step back and I say, absolutely not.
Told you.
Can I use like a command or something?
He is the best.
What is
He
like
is-
my Auspex powers? What is it? Can I just like tell him just like absolutely not? No, like the what is it? Fuck.
I don't think you have an.
Just like do charisma or something.
Persuasion? No.
Yeah.
Presence? Presence.
That's just gonna make him worship you even more.
No.
Mind you, I'm standing here laughing.
I'm not even there, but I'm laughing.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
This
you
is
don't have
great.
any dominate, so there's no way to command him to do anything. Unless you want to use your specialty, persuasion and seduction, you can do that.
Mm.
Absolutely not.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
No, as he does that, I absolutely freeze as still as inhumanly possible and
This is
like
when you
give him
blink
the
and
death
drink.
glare. No, 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 I'm not even blinking. I'm being statuesque and I go, no.
He's like, remember the thing that you had me put my ear to the street for? My ears have heard what the street has said. I need to talk to you.
We
Dial it back
broke
first.
Vic.
What was that? Slade was too much.
He is
Slade's gonna
like,
be more popular than all of us.
he's like, this is some shit. You need to hear.
Ah, ah, ah. You're gonna have to start taking some lessons in decorum if this is gonna work out. Follow me. Try not to make a scene. I know as hard as it seems to be. Come on. And I bring him to like the newly secured green room, I guess.
He gets in there and he goes, so,
No, no, shush, 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 shush. And I do sense the unseen.
Mm. Can't be too careful these days. Shit.
the unseen. That's going to be your wits and aspects. I should know this by now. So 3 and 1. So yeah. Yeah, 3 and 1. The only thing that pops up is Brittany, who is posted up in a couch.
I make eye contact with her really quickly and try and like signal her to like leave.
She very very quietly kind of creeps out.
And then like I secure the doors.
So you've locked yourself in the room with Slade.
No, not locked, just closed. And
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Clear on this, not locked.
No, just like made the sweep, closed the door, and I'm like, now. Okay, go on. Go ahead.
He's like, so everything's been real quiet, right? Like nobody knows where the prince has been, you know. So all of a sudden, like a lot of the Primogen Council, they're all being real quiet. Some of the more high profile ones, you know, Miss Redhead, you know, whatever her name is, she's been out. She's still doing her thing. But some of the other ones, they've been off the radar too. He says, so I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy, and he says there's a reason for that. Apparently, they're bringing something in. There's something coming into Philadelphia or being transported through Philadelphia. They don't tell. Didn't say what it was, but it sounds like it's something important. It
Did
sounds like it's something that they want.
you pick up where it's coming in?
He goes, that I don't know yet. He's like, but I'm still listening.
Okay. Thank you.
He says, there's another thing, but I don't know if it's going to mean anything to you, so maybe you won't care.
Maybe it'll entertain. Hit me.
He pulls out a iPhone. The case is just crusted with diamonds and gold and like the case. Just looking at it, like the case has to weigh like 3 or 4 times as much as the actual phone does. Like it's like you could use this as a weapon.
I love this guy. I love him.
He flips through his phone for a second, and then he holds up a picture to you. At first, it's difficult to see exactly what it is, and then you realize that it's a door frame. It is dark. It is old. There's some stonework behind it. It's difficult to see exactly what it is, but the prominent thing that is on the door frame itself is a painted circle, and in the middle of that circle is a perfect black hand.
Do I recognize this? Do I roll like a not a religion, but like a
What's you mean
yes,
Oh.
lore?
wits and awareness?
Yes.
Or what's an occult?
Yes.
She says all of the dice.
Yes. I will roll everything.
So 3 and 1 again.
Well, shit.
Reroll.
You don't know.
Fuck. I have him like, listen, text me that.
He's like, I can. He says, can do. He texts it to you. He says, I wouldn't bring this up, but somebody sent this to me who is a friend of mine, and he ain't a friend anymore, if you get my drift.
Your friend that's no longer a friend sent you this photo?
He's no longer anybody's friend.
Ah. Where is this photo from?
I don't know. He didn't tell me.
Do you know where he was last?
We run kind of in adjacent circles. I couldn't tell you. I know he was really freaked out about it because he sent it to me and he was like, "Hey, we need to get together because I need to talk to you about this." And then before we could talk about anything, there was nobody to talk to.
Philly kid or East Coast kid?
No, he's Philly born and bred.
All right, so he's local. So this is from here. This is from the city or somewhere abouts.
He's like, I've never seen anything like this before, and I don't know where he found it. But whatever he found, or whoever found him finding this, they made sure he wasn't found anymore.
Definitely intriguing. Appreciate the 2 morsels you brought this evening.
He goes, gotta pay tribute to the king.
That's another thing. You want to honor me? You cut that shit out. Don't piss me off. It's the last thing I want to be in my own space.
He kind of raises his hand. He's like, all right, I hear you.
If you want, you can call me B, because you know what it means.
He's like, you might be.
Oh,
I thought you would like that.
oh my god, that's awesome.
He's like,
Play it cooler.
he's like, cool as ice.
Hot ice. Freeze up a little more, okay? But appreciate it. Enjoy the night. May
He's
it
like,
be a very fortunate one.
he's like, already got deals in the making. And he exits the green room. Idaho, what are you doing?
Well, I was heading to the club, so I guess am I at the club now?
Yeah, we'll say you have been at the club for a
'Cause
minute,
I was
or
looking
we
for.
could say you just got to the front door and are now watching.
Slade
Vic
come
and-
out.
I see Slade.
No, he's
No, I'm just
no. I was gonna say you would see Romano and Harvey.
I'm gonna head on in. I'm
Okay.
looking for Michael, but I wouldn't mind if I ran into Slade.
You would probably run into Michael before you ran into Slade.
Okay.
So you were looking for Michael. So go.
Say, hey, Michael, I got a disturbing phone call from the lawyer. The girl that I've been looking for, the one that used to belong to Hildebranch, Tracy. Apparently, she is missing, and the cops really don't care. And the parents didn't even file a report. They seem kind of sus about the whole thing. So I'm going to go pay them a visit, see if I can find out what happened to her. Okay.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, like I was just like, sorry, I had typed that a long time ago. I was just saying that after like Slade had left, I would have remained in the green room, just being like, oh my god,
Got
Oh,
it.
just like holy fucking tacky glitz and glam. Like after he like leaves my sight, I definitely always have to pull myself together just a little bit.
so does that mean I find Michael or not?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just basically said all that stuff. Did you catch all that, Martha?
In the green room, yeah. That's troubling. That's real troubling. Do you want to take care of that tonight?
If possible, yes. I don't see any reason to put this on hold.
All right. I go and I'm like, let's see if we can do that, and let me and Idaho, I guess, like go to the bar, check on Alice, and check the night, see if like it's doable for all of us to like get out.
It is reasonably, shall we say, light. It would not be a big deal to leave the bars to Ruby and Lane, and then the contractors upstairs.
Okay. And I before leaving, I always I say Henry. What's his name? Hank.
Harvey.
Hamish.
Hamish.
Um,
Hamish.
don't leave the. Wait here for us until we get back.
He's like, I.
Confident everything's in good hands. Shall we depart?
Romano's got him. Don't worry.
Get him, Mono.
Let's go. Well, on the drive over, I will also inform Al and Vic about the phone call I received, or the information I received from the attorney, that Tracy has gone missing again. The cops don't seem to care.
Hasn't come back.
Yeah. Well, she's missing.
More likely she hasn't come back since the time we were over at the house.
Don't know. But I mean, Al, it may be worth calling your guy. I don't know. But according to the lawyer, the cops don't really care, and the parents don't really care, and just everything seems kind of like nobody cares, and it's kind of suspicious.
Well, we've already contacted him once. I don't think it really did any good. I mean, I can shoot him a text. Yeah, I'll go ahead and send my cop friend a text and say, any word on the little girl, and I type in her name.
You get a call back
Hmm.
pretty quick. He's like, hey, so I was doing some digging. So that girl, she ran away. We brought her in, took her back to her parents' house. She is missing. You told me she was missing. I did some investigation. So the parents filed a missing persons report, but because she's a runaway and like she just ran away, there's been a little bit of weirdness here. Here, people are, she's still from the first time. Is this just are we repeating data entries? Is there so there's some weirdness going on that end of it. That's not my desk. I don't know what's there. Um, he said, uh, but I also looked into the situation with the parents. He told me that things were kind of suspect.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I mean, they don't even have, they don't even get traffic tickets.
Mm. That's too clean.
They're Mormon.
He's like, they're, they're long term. They've got, they've been foster parents before. They fostered a whole bunch of kids. Apparently, they've been doing this their whole lives. He's like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, there's not enough information there. In fact, this is
Any other disappearances or odd reports from the kids coming out of there?
not
Any other
really.
runaways?
He's just kind of like he you can't hear him typing for a second. He goes, there's just nothing like that.
Mm. And there's no, I mean, is the kid eligible for like an Amber Alert or something?
He's like, I mean, we can put. He's like, if you want me to, I can try to run it down and try to get this put out as an APB. Do you want to? He kind of lowers his voice and he's like, do you want me to make something up and see if we can put this on the radar?
Look, man, I don't want to get you in trouble. Obviously, I don't want to put, you in jeopardy. But if this is something you've gotten away with before, I would be much obliged.
He's like, I'll see what I can do, but this is really me kind of stepping way out for this. He's like, this is not my normal forte, and people are starting to wonder why I'm asking so many questions.
What if I should put you in touch with an attorney that is knowledgeable in the situation? Would that give you someone else to work with instead of putting a spotlight on yourself as much?
He's like, I mean, if we're trying to get like the system to start working for us, he goes, that doesn't help me at all.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the information, man. I will definitely keep you apprised of any developments that I have on my end.
He's like, all right. He's like, if you find anything, if you hear anything, if there is anything you find out about her, he's like, please keep me in the loop. He's like, but as far as the parents are concerned, since you had me asking some questions and looking around, he's like, nothing.
Weird.
They've got to have some connections somewhere. All right, well, I'm going to go let my friend know what you've told me and see what we can do.
All right. He hangs up the phone.
And I basically update the group with this information.
So how old is Tracy?
14.
Yeah. Like this whole thing just seems really weird. I mean, she's 14.
Too clean, super weird. Let's go to her place.
I mean, well, yeah, that's where we're heading to. So it's like, even if she's just a runaway who's run away before, they just ignore it. I don't know. This seems really.
Oh yes, no. CPS is the worst. There is absolutely no funding and not enough places or people to keep it even. Like,
I'm not even referring to CPS. Is that a rabbit? Did you say it's not a rabbit?
'tis the kitty.
Yeah, it's
Look like
a rabbit.
look like a rabbit.
She likes doing the toothies. She smells all the things. So you put something like she wants to smell right in front of the camera. You get kitten rabbit.
So,
There's
you,
teethies. There's the
you,
teethies. Yeah.
you guys drive up there.
Yep.
Where do you guys, are you guys park like right out front? Are you guys going to try to hide the car again? Or what are you guys going to do?
Look,
Definitely park
Idaho,
down the
I'm
street.
kind of sick of their shit. I don't know about you, man, but
Yeah.
we've taken every stealthy avenue of investigating this. I'm kind of sick of these people's shit. I say we just knock on the fucking door.
I'm on it. Did you bring your knife?
Back pocket.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay.
And
Okay.
my pew pew.
Whoa. All right. Again, too loud. We're here to get shit done, but we're not going to be belligerent about that. Let's park the car a couple like blocks down the road. And
Couple
like
blocks or a couple houses?
houses. Sorry, city.
Right. So, park the car. It's late enough now that most of the houses are dark. Some houses out here, there's flickering lights in the window, like maybe a TV is on. A couple houses still have some lights on. This house, the lights upstairs are off, the lights downstairs are dim.
Single family or row?
Actual houses.
Okay, single family. Let's take a bloodhound each. I guess like Vic and Al should take like the back and me and Idaho the front and see who can get a scent of the girl.
Well, we've already tried all this.
Yeah.
No, we're going in. No, but we're going in, making sure like right. 'Cause you can-
This would be our third time here, at least.
This just
At
feels a
least
little
we-
redundant at this point.
Yeah. Okay. So go in through the back, go in through the front. See if we can get them asleep. Is there like a party going on? Like, what does the house look like?
So lights upstairs are off, lights downstairs are dim.
And
But
How many
say-
cars? How many cars?
Full driveway, just like the last time you.
Fuck.
Yeah,
I'm going invisible.
Yeah, so just a warning. These are some kinky fucking people,
they
and
know
they
the
have no
car-
qualms about doing this with the child asleep upstairs. So we're probably walking into quite the party. Just
All right. Was this party downstairs or upstairs? Like
downstairs in the
main
basement.
floor?
The
In the basement.
basement.
Hang on. Before we get ahead of ourselves, when we were here before, dude had a lot of cars in the parking lot before the party started.
Did
just had a lot of
did he?
cars.
I thought they just
Yes,
had the 2 cars.
He had 4. No, the parking lot was full of 4 cars.
Okay.
4 different cars, all brand new.
They
That's
all
all
went
right,
in.
within the
that's
last
right.
Couple of years, they were all,
Is it
That's
those
right.
same cars?
All right. Who's got stealth?
Okay, but it's just the cars we
Yeah,
saw
I just went
before the party
invisible.
people
Yeah.
showed up.
Vic's gonna-
Okay. So
I rolled
Start
my
from-
rouse.
I say we start from upstairs and move our way down. See if we can get somebody asleep and tied up, bound before they see anything.
Well, okay. I'm ready to go in there and flay the dude to get answers from him, but her brother is also probably here asleep, so we need to keep that in mind.
Exactly. So we're going in quiet. We're going in quiet. We're gonna like see if we can find them isolated, or if we can get the kid and get him out immediately, even better. And then go and find like whatever needs to happen. This is what I'm proposing.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go unless Vic is gonna go because he's invisible. I was gonna go peek or let's peek in the window, see if anybody's awake downstairs.
You peek in the window, Vic. If you want to be invisible and like Al, you have like sneak, right?
She has
Mhm.
invisibility too.
Okay, Vic, yeet Al to the upstairs.
We just
That's what we
having
did
a
with-
replay? And we just doing a replay of that night? Oh boy.
The last 2
So-
nights we were here.
So,
Yeah,
I
but
know.
you're looking for the kid. You're gonna try and find the kid.
That's what we
Yeah.
did last night.
Not her, him, the brother.
yep,
Well,
that's what
yeah,
happened
last time we were
time
hunting for both of them and we can only confirm one. So,
Al knows
Yee.
right where his
yeah,
room
I
is.
know where all the bedrooms are, the study with the knives and the stuff. So if we want to like directly go for the kid's bedroom, if that's what you're saying,
Grab the kid
we
and
know
get
that.
out.
We know that
So,
location.
So Idaho, are you gonna do that? Go up to the front windows and try to look
Yeah.
through them and see. So there is a light in the kitchen that you can see. It looks like it's like maybe like the light over the stove or something like that. That is left on, which is kind of giving like the um, the kitchen a little bit of dim illumination. Um, and it looks like there's been some lamps, some corner lamps that have been turned way down to give dim illumination in the living room. But there doesn't appear to be any activity going on downstairs that you're seeing through the windows.
I don't think I specifically mentioned this last time when we were inside, but I'd like to think that Idaho might have scoped things out when he was inside. Maybe I did ask you, was there any indication of an alarm?
No indication.
So I didn't see like an alarm pad by the door or anything like that.
Nothing like that.
Okay. So if it appears that people are asleep, I mean, unless like somebody's going to go upstairs and try to get in through a window, I'm going to check the door.
So, are you going to attempt to break in, or are you just going to check to see if it's unlocked?
Well, is it locked? I assume it
No,
is.
it's,
But I might
it's
as well check.
locked. It's locked.
Okay, then I'm gonna. We can't hear you, Martha.
This is why I was saying let's yeet out up to the upstairs, because if they're asleep in their bedroom, then we can have them bound and taken care of, and then transport them to the basement away from the kid and do whatever we need to do.
Okay.
I was actually going to say, Idaho, you have 2 points in larceny. You can,
Yeah.
You can
I'm
pick the
aware.
lock.
Yeah, right. But that's not. So okay, all right. I will try to pick the lock.
okay, so that's going to be your dex and your larceny. So
I don't
two,
think my
two,
deck is very good.
2, and it's so 2 and 2.
I charmed the door open.
Do you want to re-roll your 1 success?
Nah, I'll go upstairs.
We can try another
I'll
place.
see about
Okay.
possibly slipping in a window or something, and we'll work our way down. I'll try to get to the door or something from the inside, maybe.
I'm gonna say that we brought some like duct tape or some zip ties with us.
Do we?
I'm gonna say if that was not previously said, then no.
There's
Nice
no
try,
duct
though.
tape in the car.
How? No, it's not a hoopty.
Okay, so all we got to do is get him down to the basement because they have everything you could ever think of.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
right.
basement.
In
And
the
vampires
basement.
are vampires innately stronger than people?
No, not necessarily. Now, if you rouse the blood, then they can be. But
We got Vic.
Yeah. So okay, so Vic, let me So Vic, the plan is that you are going to put Alice on the fence, and she's going to go and hop onto the roof, and then go all the way around.
Yeah, just kind of like we did last time.
Okay, so I'm going to put this down to 1 roll because you guys have already done all of this before. It's not too big of a thing for you to have lifted her onto the fence as you've done this before, so I'm not even going to make you roll. Alice, this is going to be your dex and stealth. So 3 and 1.
Here we go. Let's see. Oh, come on, button. There we go. The button sticks. 3 and 1. Okay.
So you easily able to retrace your steps, walk down the fence, push off onto the top. You remember from the last time when you kicked the side of the house not to do that this time. So you were able to easily get up onto the roof. Are you going to make the full bank around, or are you going to just kind of go over the crest and then come down and go straight for the kids' room?
I'll go the whole way around and I'll stealth up just so that in case, but I want to make my way around checking the windows in case You know, anybody's hanging out in the study in the dark.
Anything has changed.
The study is not dark, in
Mm.
fact. As you stealth by, the study is not extremely well lit, but you do see the man of the house as you've seen him before. He's still fully dressed. He's in a suit. He's on his computer. From your angle, you can't see what he's looking at, but like he doesn't seem to be doing anything obscene. As you make your way around to the front, the hallway, you see the hallway again. That's dim. The lights there are dimmed. Going all the way around, you finally make your way to the kids' room. There's a nightlight in there. You can see the boy is in his bed. The other bed is completely made.
Okay.
I say lock the kid in there. Go find the parents. Or come let us in.
Well, as I'm going, I'm checking.
Now, if you're checking for open windows, so here's the question: would you have checked the window in the study?
No.
Okay. The window above the stairs doesn't open. Neither does the one by the bathroom, but you couldn't see in there because it was completely dark.
Okay.
The one with the boys' room is actually open.
So I gotta go invis for this.
I thought you were already in Viz.
I said that, but I didn't roll, so.
She was just being sneaky.
So yeah, if I need a roll to seal the deal on that.
Yeah, if you're gonna use unseen passage, you have to rouse.
This is a simple rouse, so it's just the one red, so you can re-roll what I did.
You get hungry.
Ah, fucker.
It's okay, we both got hungry. It happens. We can feed on the kid. We'll be fine.
You hear a little voice in your head. Just a little morsel. It's already wrapped up.
No to go. No to go. No to go. Okay. So.
His name is Ben. It's a bento box.
Shut up. So am I rolling again? What am I doing? What am I doing?
So are you? So
you're invisible.
So yeah. So you're entering into the.
Okay.
Are you going to? So that's the question. Are you going to open the window and enter in?
Is it gonna break my stealth?
So it will require, in order to do that, it will require another stealth roll because you got to make sure that the window doesn't creak.
If you make a sound louder than a whisper, you break your stealth.
So it's basically prey.
So you've got 2 points in stealth and 2 points in dex. So if you want to enter through that window, it is just it's a 2 and 2 roll for you.
Okay, but
are there more windows down the row?
There's only one window to the kids' room.
No, at this point, she's
I've
now
made
basically above you guys.
The rounds.
On the top of on the roof.
Yeah, I'll roll it. I mean, shit.
Yeah, but I mean, we're here.
2 and 2. Do I get to ready my mind wipe just in case he popped up? This is a dream.
Critical failure.
I don't remember this one
fist
before.
through the window.
Cross fingers, cross fingers, cross fingers.
So,
Damn it.
You can re-roll 2.
I was gonna say you can re-roll up to 2 if you want to.
I guess shit. What is it? Just 2 white?
Yep.
Yeah, just 2 white.
Come on, good mojo.
Okay. So, as you are pushing the window up, You hear a soft. The boy does not wake, but sound is enough to cause you to break your stealth.
So I gotta roll again.
So if you want to be unseen again, you'll need to roll your rouse check again.
I'm at a 2 right now, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey.
You got that one.
And you got that one.
All right. So the kid hasn't woken up. I've slipped inside. I'm sticking in the shadows and making my way for the bedroom door. Or is it
So-
even, is it open or closed?
The bedroom door is cracked.
Okay.
So when you get the bedroom door open, you manage to slip out of the bedroom and into the hall. So what are you gonna do now?
Is there enough shadow for me to remain stealth to get down the stairs without alerting anybody? Because I know the study is supposed to be kind of facing the stairs.
So you can, because you're unseen at this point, as it's not so much a light issue as a sound issue.
Okay.
As long as you stay quiet, you're
Mhm.
unseen. You're invisible as long as you don't make a sound louder than a
Were
whisper.
you able to?
1 second. Sorry about that.
Your phone goes off.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Ah! We're fucked.
Were you able to confirm whether or not the parents were in their bedroom?
No, the
Father was
foster
not.
father's in the study. He's chilling
Okay.
out with his laptop.
Okay. Is the mom in the bedroom, in her bedroom?
I
asleep
have
or
not
anything?
seen. Now,
Was
if the
that-
bedroom door is open and I'm passing, obviously I'll take a peek and I'm not going to go inside. I'm trying to, as much as I can, get down the stairs to you guys. So if that's an opportunity, I'll take. But if it's not,
So you get to the stairs. You're gonna take the stairs all the way down.
mhm.
All right.
Very slowly.
Okay.
And on the sides.
I don't hug the wall.
No, like you step on the side of the
Oh,
the plank.
Okay. So the stairs these are wood stairs. They're not covered by carpet. So it's another stealth roll. So 2 and 2.
Slide down the banister.
Slide down.
Yeah.
I just go back to.
So you're able to
Yes.
very, very quietly, using the banister to kind of lower yourself at certain points to get down to the bottom floor.
That was a cute meow.
So you're going to go unlock the door and let everybody in.
If I don't see, any signs of the mother or anything downstairs, if the path looks clear, then yeah, that's where I'm heading.
Okay. So you head to the front door, unlock it, and you let everybody in.
I go ahead and brief them on status.
I was going to say, this seems like a reasonably appropriate place to
Leave us hanging again.
Cliffhanger!
end our session for the evening.
Yeah, it is about that time. Jeez, it snuck up on us.
Grr.
So
No, I wanted to kill her. Never mind.
I want to kill him.
I wanna kill him
Oh,
right
we gotta take him down in his torture basement.
Oh, we couldn't have ended the night in a bloodbath. Damn it.
you already had a bloodbath.
We already killed it. We killed a vampire last time. We killed one
We
tonight.
started
So
tonight.
what? Maybe we were too. I
Getting
mean,
stingy
besides,
there,
this one we
Michael.
can
You
drink.
getting stingy, Michael.
No, this one we can eat.
Yeah.
That's
I'm with
true.
Michael on this one. Let's kill him.
All right. So, with that said, our session, although certainly not our chronicle, ended for this evening. We will be back next Monday. And
Yep.
for those who want to make up sessions, get in touch with me about solos.
Yeah.
So, with that said, we will be back next Monday to see exactly what our coterie does to the foster parents.
Yes.
Humanity level is just fucking
Oh
dropping.
yeah, no, we're losing
Yeah,
it.
get to
We are
the
devolving
girl.
quickly. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you, my coterie, for being with me tonight. I want to thank Knox, our storyteller, Scott, who plays Idaho, Zack plays Victor, I'm Alice, and we've got Martha playing Michael. And we will see you guys next week. I'm going to send you guys rating over to one of my friends. So, everybody have a fantastic Monday, and we will see you next week.
Have a good night.
Bye.